Says it's
Hi, testing
Hello,
1, 2.
everybody.
How you doing
on. The
today?
mic's working now.
Can you hear us? Can you hear our majestic voices on this fine evening?
Stupid kobolds.
Still
Whoa.
on.
Hey, the kobolds are the one fixing the problem.
No, so they accuse the kobolds of eating something. We're not
Eating.
that uncultured. Thank you.
Hey, we probably did that.
Maybe.
We probably ate something.
It was the pet of the kobolds, alright?
Either way, we're back. We're excited to be back and hang out with you wonderful people and you amazing individuals once again.
Can you hear
It's
us?
exciting. Can you hear us?
I'm
Yeah, that's
assuming
the
by
big
the
question.
woo in
There's a
chat
woo
that we
and a
can.
finally.
And now there's a
There's
rain.
a paw!
That is not a word.
Look at that dog.
Yeah, that was not.
There's a
That was
pwa! There's a pwa!
It's a
Hey,
doge.
bot's not working.
It's a doge.
What?
You gotta launch the bot.
What's about?
Someone closed it.
You're a bot.
Yeah, it should have been open.
Didn't connect it.
It's okay, buddy. It's only been 2 weeks.
What, is Streamlabs bot not working?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jam tried to use the fudge command. You know how it goes.
Listen here, Jam, alright? I know you're in here, but you don't just get to jump in and immediately start hitting spamming the fans with your fudge living craze, alright? No matter how good it is.
He's really packing that fudge in.
Yeah, he's really just
Wait a minute.
in all the space he can.
Yeah. Well, I can't think.
Thank you so much for the subscription, Jam. We really appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Yeah.
Going on a streak, what we got there? 6-month streak.
7 months.
Subscribe for 7, but they're on a 6-month streak. Which
Oh.
means they've subscribed 7 times, but they broke the streak once. Troublemaker. How dare you, sir?
They didn't used to say that. They didn't
Yeah.
used to go currently on a streak. That's just kind of a spit in the face.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Do I need to do some reading?
says they subbed in 48
We always need you to read.
Yeah, it's more
Chemo.
encouragement and indoctrination and
Chemo.
manipulation.
Which we wholeheartedly approve of.
Yeah,
Sub.
great.
Hi, everybody.
Everybody.
Great.
Subscribe.
That's just kind of shitty because when I start resubbing to Mike, I don't want to see he's subbed for 12 months, but they're on a 1-month streak.
Set up a bot
No,
that
no,
just
Kima.
flashes for
Settle down. No reaping tonight. All right, we're good.
She
No
needs to
reaping.
read.
Yeah. We don't need to whip out the scythe.
She always
Yeah.
reads.
Andy,
Yeah.
kindly let me know of a token that you may have received on your phone. Or pass me the phone. Our Twitch bot has expired.
Again?
Yes.
Why do you always expire?
Do we need to bury this one too?
It must be killed and made anew.
Well, if it's expired, it's already dead.
We need the 3.0 version. It must become
So-
better.
He streamed.
Now
it
the
might
mics
need
are
it.
back on.
At
Okay.
2. What about at 2?
I mean, you're
Yeah,
right.
two. Either way, how was everybody's Thanksgiving holiday? I hope you enjoyed it. Friends, family, food. That's what it's all about. We
Work.
hope you enjoyed yourselves.
It was
Some
nice.
people, unfortunately. Sorry for the people who work. Sorry for the people who work in retail. Had to deal with Black Friday here in the U.S. Everywhere, actually, sort of. Black Friday's kind of.
Yeah, it's kind of universal
spreading.
now, isn't
It's
it?
universal.
Yeah, I heard France is trying to ban it.
National
Really?
Shop
Yeah,
like
they
a
wanna
jerk
ban it.
day.
Why? Because of like violence that might actually happen there.
I don't know.
Just to sound like they're doing something.
get rid of that.
We're
Who
doing
knows?
something,
Who
guys.
knows?
If we don't
Yeah.
sound like we're doing something, the voters will think that we're doing nothing.
Fred's like, shit. We've been out of the media for a while. What do we do?
We banned Black Friday.
Yeah, get the world's attention.
Did you know in
Yeah.
other countries,
I've
the
been
day
thinking
after
it working
Christmas is the Black Friday? It's called Boxing Day.
Yes.
It's called.
Yes.
Yeah, it's because
Oh,
people that get in
because-
the way die getting put in boxes.
I
That's
figured
called
that-
a
No, I
con.
figured it was people boxing over like Frozen 2 slippers or something.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. I thought it was boxers
That's
just
not
going
funny.
at each other.
This is Boxing Day.
Fucking boxes.
But yeah, so hopefully you all enjoyed time with your relatives. If you didn't, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Next time,
Sorry.
don't go and just have your own holiday.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like
If you can't stand your family, then don't go spend time with them. It's
Yeah.
really easy. You
I
know?
thought I could. But then I had a few drinks and I realized I don't think I can.
Because-
Drinks are
because
supposed to make it better.
Because buzz driving is
I
drunk
like
driving.
it. Boxing Day
That's true.
and a Black Friday. That's a good deal.
Yeah, just take all the deals you can. Cyber Monday, don't forget about that, you know.
Yeah,
Why
that's
you
universal.
You're just bringing so much bad memories all of a sudden. It's terrible.
It couldn't have been that bad.
It really wasn't.
Whatever. This is why he's going to be able to go watch Star Wars with us because of what he's doing.
Yeah, no, it was. I'll be honest, it was a bunch of bullshit. Actually,
Remember your bosses, your work family and stuff might see this, and
Yeah.
this could come back to affect your livelihood.
it's not this.
Watch
This,
what you say in the public
this is
eye.
nothing they haven't heard before.
Yeah.
Mike.
You're supposed to sell that Best Buy juice.
Mike, be
Black
careful,
Friday
you're on
shit.
TV.
Yeah.
Celebrity gone wrong.
This Black Friday was an absolute wonderful event. It went so well. I was quite excited about it.
Sure, we could do a giveaway if you want.
Someone's
25%
taking his
off.
cheeks rosy.
It's up to you, Jam. It's your fudge, man.
Ah,
Goodness.
It's your business, man. We can do a giveaway every Friday. It's up to you. It's your
Oh,
your
yeah,
fudge,
I know
your
what you're
business.
talking about.
I do like fudge.
But well, she wants to know the name of it. Soybean bags.
Yeah, I bet Black Friday was rough, Kima. Especially in the industry that you and Mike both work in. You know.
Congratulations on the resin printer.
Yeah, good job.
Oh, yeah.
Can't wait to see what you do with that.
Do you think vegetarian bean bags are called soybean bags?
That's the worst thing I ever said.
It's probably
Just
up there.
the worst.
It's just the worst.
Retire.
Vegetarian.
Now,
It's okay, I had to run.
Now accepting auditions for Rowan's fucking place at the table. That was terrible. Get out of here.
You're fired.
You're fired.
You can't make me leave. I'm chained.
We'll cut the chain and let you walk away.
You'll get
I've
it set up
tried.
eventually. Kima. I have faith in you. I know that you're capable. But now we have one more holiday coming up, which is Christmas. Christmas. As of now, I believe we are streaming that following Friday because Christmas is on Wednesday. I believe it's on Wednesday.
I haven't been planning for my future, so I don't know.
I don't know. There's plenty of devices at this table. Maybe someone can tell you.
I'll be blunt. I make no plans for
Yeah,
life.
it's on Wednesday.
Yeah.
It is.
It's on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
I mean, unless someone's going out of town.
Yeah. And even then, they can miss an episode. But I think I think because it's in the middle of the week, we'll be streaming that following Friday.
Will it be our regular broadcast
it'll be
or will
our
it be a
regular.
special event?
No, it'll be a regular broadcast.
How come and make us a bunch of elves that gotta fight an evil Santa?
No,
It's
I
been
thought
done.
about yeah, exactly, and I thought about doing a special one shot like Christmas theme, but Christmas doesn't have the same kind of flexibility that Halloween does with like what it's attached to and how they just integrate so well. Christmas is like, what do you want to do? Fight evil Santa, Frosty,
Trying to
like
remember.
I mean,
Krampus.
Yeah.
Krampus.
I'm in for all of that.
You know,
I want to roll.
The naughty
Been there,
children
done that.
get stolen and fed to the elves.
yeah.
Yeah.
Look, we're all gonna
Can make you guys go hunt reindeer.
Oh my God, yeah.
I'm gonna make sure Christmas never happens.
Where are you, Rudolph? I can see your nose. Yeah.
Evil Christmas. Just really pull the rug out from underneath some evil.
Yeah.
Can we do like Creepmas? You know, like Halloween before Christmas, or Nightmare before
We'll do
Christmas.
We'll do like a modern game, and we'll put you guys on like SEAL Team 6. You guys are supposed to go kill Santa.
Yes. Do we gotta do?
Santa's
Santa.
Yeah, he's a threat to national
He's been working
security.
with the Chinese.
I'll borrow some inspiration from Futurama. You know,
Yes.
It's built like a Santa robot, and it's turned evil.
Yeah.
That'll
Put
work.
this damn
Yeah.
communist down.
Yeah.
Giving precedence to everyone.
It's gotten rid of its entire elf workforce, and now everything's imported from China to the
Eat 100 rounds of belt-fed freedom, communist. No, I'm not going to subject the people who follow us to that.
Come on! I'm excited
No,
about it.
no. I'd rather play a regular game anyway.
Yeah.
Kima fought Yetis. That's
Yeah, I
pretty
saw
good
your
alternative.
post.
Find
Yeti.
The night Santa went crazy.
I've always
hey, Prozac, by the way, and I saw you there, Sieg. Don't you disappear on me. You leave a lurk if you're going to do stuff.
Yes, you delve back into the dungeons, all right?
Yeah. You don't disappear without a lurk. There's a lurk command. All right.
Just
stop by, say
for
hi.
you.
Mister, I don't believe you guys talk about me, dude. You are the subject of much continuous discussion on the regular basis, dude. Alright, about how, like, we wish we were closer to you so we can hang out and do stuff. Mike wants to play Magic with you.
I do.
Like, you know, I'm sorry you have to live in Susanville. Like, you know, but that's not my fault. That's your fault.
You should have known better moving to a town named after Susan.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah,
Rick and
everybody
Morty.
hates
can-
that.
Ooh,
From
yeah.
accounting? Yeah, from accounting. The one who got that award to Alex won.
Rick and Morty.
Damn
Are you playing
it,
Morty? No, I would play us.
Nice.
I'll play us.
Either way. Yeah, no, we're not talking to you, Prozac.
Or Elsa's gone crazy and we gotta shut her down.
We'll just have a Disney murder fest, dude.
Yeah.
You guys fight all the famous
No.
Disney characters.
No, let's not piss off Disney.
Come.
All right.
Friggin' the
Not
snowmen
Leland's
are
dead.
Disney-
resistant to damage, you know?
Disney
Yeah.
and
But
the
weak to fire.
Disney and the company who should not be named should be left alone at all times.
Yeah.
Disney and Disney?
No, Disney and the other company,
Disney.
the one that happens to have a white and red logo.
You talking about Nintendo?
Oh dear God, he said it.
Oh, I thought you were talking about
You mean
China.
Japan?
I'm talking about
China's
Nintendo.
What? That's not a company.
Super
White and
Mario.
red
Let's
logo.
just start singing the
Yeah.
Super Mario theme.
I'm sorry, Prozac, but of all the Disney characters, the one that's a llama is the least of people's worries when it comes to
Emperor's
fighting
New
Disney
Groove.
characters, okay?
I'm
All right.
pretty
If we're gonna start ranking characters on like X-Men level base powers,
There's
Elsa's pretty
Cersei.
fucking scary.
I see.
dude.
That's true.
Cusco.
Dude, Mushu's pretty down there,
Yeah.
dude.
If
Yeah.
you guys like that Cusco guy, you probably like that new Claws show on Netflix, not a sponsor. It has very similar themes. I thought it was hilarious.
Oh yeah, you were mentioning that.
Yeah, and I got all misty-eyed because, you know, the whole heartwarming season
Yeah.
stuff and children.
Can confirm.
You have a heart. It's amazing.
Good
I
for you.
do, and it grew 10 times.
David Spade. That is
And
all.
then you were
What's
the
the
universe. Then the universe balanced out and struck you down.
Well, you know, heart enlargement does lead to heart attacks.
I am.
Hmm.
Still
Early
alive.
death. Heart disease.
Yeah, that's
But
what
more-
they don't mention
More
in Wrench is he
importantly,
died
see,
shortly
Theolin
after.
is still alive. I don't know how, but he still is.
It's a Christmas
Doesn't he?
miracle.
Yeah.
But it's been happening for so long.
It's
a lot of
long
miracles.
Christmas
Theolin.
miracle. A really long one.
Maybe we could get a Christmas gift.
Theolin,
Yeah.
Santa's naughtiest half elf.
And then, other news is that Rowan won't be with us next week because he's going to a Magic the Gathering tournament in Oklahoma.
You might already know about it if you're on our Discord. Link
Here
down
we
below.
Link down below. Discord. Join. Pay attention.
There's the Hall of Magic that Rowan basically
He has a
runs.
fudge face.
It's my realm.
Yeah, it's his
Yeah.
realm. And you can go into depth as how he's somewhat disappointed and his hopes have slightly been dashed in regards to this competition as it will not be streamed, unfortunately. But he does plan to come back a victor.
I do plan on that.
In both
That
our
is the
hearts
plan.
and our
Well,
minds.
Irishman, you can whoop the crap out of him with it because we're the third Thursday of every month. We're still going to be doing Magic the Gathering with the community this month, so we're good to go. It's going to be great.
Isn't that Christmas Day?
No,
There he is.
it's the Thursday before Christmas.
the
It's
third
not this
Thursday.
upcoming Thursday. It's the Thursday after that.
Oh, cool.
I liked your.
So 13 days from now.
I had to
Yeah.
check my calendar again.
Yep. So put it in your calendar, keep it up to date, set yourself some reminders, and show up to play. We had a lot of fun last time.
Brilliant.
We had a lot of fun.
I had a lot of fun. The
Yeah,
dwarves.
we gave away one free sub last month.
Dwarves is great.
Dwarves.
He's gonna kick
Rock
your
and
butt.
stone, brother.
He's gonna kick your
And
bum.
stone.
Rock and stone.
Guys.
Call.
Brother. We got some more pie.
That was a fun game. It was a fun game the little boy played.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, it was fun. We had a whole bunch of fun. It was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, corporate.
Yeah, exactly. Corporate. Aside from that, what else we got going on? We have Star Wars this month. Normally we would watch it on a Friday, but we got our tickets for a Saturday, so we will be streaming our regular stream on the 20th. So we will be here for that. I don't think there's anything else really going on this month. I don't think so. We're streaming the week of Christmas. We'll stream the 20th. Magic the Gathering that Thursday,
Mhm.
which is the 19th, right?
18th.
18th?
19th is the Friday. 20th is that Saturday that we're going to go.
Is it? Okay.
Yep.
Either way, same difference. We'll be streaming that one. Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
Oh, no,
show up
Thursday's-
for that.
Thursday's the 19th. The 20th is Friday.
Yeah,
It is.
it's our tickets are for the 21st.
Yes, it is.
Are they?
Yes,
Oh,
I
thought
thought
they
it
were for
was
the
the
20th.
20th.
They're
Nope.
for the 21st.
21st. It's 2 p.m.
Yeah.
I got the
Yep,
dates
yep.
wrong.
2 p.m.
My fault.
Yep.
Is
So-
that my week? That's my week.
For what?
Your game?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, 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 it is.
But if it's
Oh.
at 2 p.m.
Yeah, no, we can still
That
play the
stinks to
same
figure
night.
out.
Yeah.
That's off stream.
Either way. Yeah, that's off-stream stuff. But
So
other than
gotta
that,
look
we're
behind the curtains there.
yeah, we're excited. Yeah, we'll look behind the curtains and everything that goes on.
Don't stay.
But thank you so much for everybody joining us here tonight. We're really happy to see you all again and chat and spend time with you. I think we all took a much-needed little bit of distance from everything. I didn't even really pop into the Discord at all over the course of being gone. I basically didn't even turn on our streaming PC or anything like at all over the course of these last 14 days since we last streamed.
It took me 13 days to upload an episode.
Yeah, that's how much we were just like, we don't want anything to do with what's going on while we're on vacation.
I wish.
You know,
So my
it's good to
vacation.
take a break.
It was. It was actually really nice.
Some of us have
And-
public relation things.
And the holidays is a very busy time for
Yeah.
my family. So
It was
it's not-
rough
it
because
wasn't even
Don't
much
worry,
of a
you're
break.
not the only one with a bunch of stuff on your list.
I basically got 2 days off and then it was just work.
I'm still digging through hours of Mike.
Yeah. Hours and hours of Mike. Just
Yeah.
endless Mike.
Hours of Mike.
What's
Yeah.
going on?
I'm having to dig through hours of episodes for that arc episode we're eventually going to put on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's-
step episode.
Yeah, as soon as I get through all of
Tomatoes
that.
everywhere.
Well, that sounds fun.
Oh, it's fun.
We're great.
It's actually nice to sit and watch it, you know?
And you get to catch up on the stuff you weren't here for.
Well, I mean, I had watched it all when it was live. It's just nice to watch it again, you know? And also to see how far you guys have come.
Yeah, that's probably good to see.
We have come a long way.
Very long
We
way.
really have. Like,
Lighting, audio, all of it. We've come a long way.
I told-
fixing things.
Yes.
I sold an old laptop of mine which had an original video of ours. Oh, I saw our original little doodle of a overlay. The original seating.
Oh,
The
yeah.
TV as a monitor
Yeah,
with
yeah,
a single Blue Yeti microphone. Oh dear.
Yeah.
The times were wonderful.
yeah. Practice before the live stream.
It's crazy.
Ew, nostalgia. I want D&D.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's D&D.
Yeah, it's time for D&D.
Yeah, I believe I'm getting my face slammed in my door.
You probably
The door
earned
hits
it.
you. Oh, wait.
You probably earned it. What?
What's the magic number?
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
We have people
Ooh.
rolling.
May I take a selection, Andy?
No.
All right.
Let's see. Let's do. Amanda picked last time. She picked what, 19?
She did.
So let's,
19, 20, and I think 10
let's
have
have
been used.
Matt pick a magic number.
Matt!
What is it?
It's 10.
It is 10.
It's
Tonight's
10.
magic number is
Ooh,
10.
right in the middle.
It's an average kind
Yeah.
of day.
So what do we do if
That
Jammer
sounds about
rolled a
right for
10 off a D100?
Yeah.
Well, that doesn't count.
Yeah, it doesn't count.
He rolled a D100 and got a 10.
It was
Yeah,
before
before
the
we
rules were
talked about
established.
Yep.
Ooh, boop, dude.
Oh, mine was popping up at the same time. So he said 10 and then I saw it.
Yeah, no, it's been up there.
So,
Sorry, Jammer.
exclamation point, roll, space, 20 to roll. First person in chat to roll tonight's magic number, which is 10, gets to grant one player their choice inspiration.
Do you still
I stepped
have
on
it?
If-
mine.
Yeah.
If one of the moderators does not see just that you've rolled it, just continue to get our attention and we will scroll back and check for it and get the number and let you pick.
Don't worry.
But don't give up.
I'll watch.
Or give up.
Yes, I tried to use your inspiration. I couldn't because
Yeah.
you weren't there.
Yeah.
There.
Don't be a dick.
No, it was
Don't be a
good.
dick.
Hey, man. You take these are the risks you take when you leave. Someone controls your character.
Good
What's
lucky
for?
your character's alive.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's be real. You're
Don't forget, it's a 5-minute cooldown.
It's 5-minute cooldown on the roll command.
Why?
ladies and
Was I in a
gentlemen.
fight?
no
Did I miss
most
that part?
no most people who give up their character's ability to control themselves dies.
Yeah,
Well,
even if they just leave
at
the
this
table to
table.
go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Especially when you put Alex in charge.
Alex has a
That's
track
true.
record.
You had a
Yeah, but
verbal
that's their own
conflict.
fault.
That's her.
I don't
Either
know.
way.
Look, I'm obviously not part of that crew because I died at the table right here.
Yeah, you got wrecked. You got hella murdered.
Amazing
Sure
vocal
did.
quote from you, and then
They
just.
made us watch.
Oh my
They
god!
made us watch.
They made us watch.
Either way.
Prozac? No, Prozac got it 19.
We are going to run the intro. We're going to be right back. So, stick around, ladies and gentlemen. Go get your drinks, your nourishments, refreshments, whatever it is that you want to call it. Eat it however it's going to be. And then come back, meet us here in about a minute and 40 seconds or so. And then get ready for some more Dungeons and Dragons. Because it's been too long. We've been away for far too long.
I have no voice. I'm very quiet this episode.
It's about time.
Shocker.
Oh.
Not special.
2 hours of account rendering.
Oh, I would have liked to stay special. You just had to get rid of guest.
Yeah.
No,
Potato.
you're no longer special. Oh, and
Special
by the way,
Ron Doyle.
when the intro ends, the mics automatically turn back on now. You're welcome.
Oh,
welcome.
Got it.
But the question is, did it work?
Down in
Yeah, that is the
Louisiana,
question.
You're welcome.
Looks like they worked.
I don't know.
What
we're
can I
gonna
say
test it.
except you're welcome? That's what you're saying.
It's,
Yeah.
Yeah, it should show.
Yeah.
That's
Andy knows.
I can hear you didn't mute. Oh, were we not muted through the intro?
That's what she's saying.
Yep.
Which is
Oh,
funny because
cool.
it said it was... The symbol said it was off.
You
Yeah.
messed up.
So
No.
the triggers were there.
No,
The
somebody-
software failed.
Clearly, someone messed up.
Yeah.
Whether it was him or the software
No,
designer.
I didn't mess up. It would have been the software. I didn't mess up. I've tested it like 100 times.
That's an aggressive finger point, sir.
No.
That guy.
So,
Blaming it.
Ladies and gentlemen, that man right there.
Queen
Yep,
Beezy,
that one.
did you hear us through the intro? Or everybody?
Yeah.
We heard.
We heard.
Were we
It's
saying
fine.
something silly? I can't remember.
No.
You are silly.
I was talking about how I want to be special.
And then I was going, wait a minute.
Yeah.
What? And then the computer broke.
Like the whispers.
And we talked about being frozen for a little bit.
Yep.
Frozen 2, not bad.
Haven't seen it.
Haven't seen it.
Younger sister, daughter. You
Fair
know.
enough. Kids, you know?
Excuses.
You don't need to make excuses to say you like Disney movies meant for children.
Dude, no excuses. I actually
Exactly.
enjoy watching Frozen.
Everybody likes them.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
I actually just
like
rewatched
Lilo and
Hercules the other
Stitch.
day.
Oh my god, that is a classic.
It's so good. I was watching Disney Plus, like, oh my gosh!
Brenda said they started hearing us when the music started fading. So it sounds like your thing worked. It says
Oh.
the music started to fade, us faded in.
Yeah.
Oh, neat. That's cool.
Cool. Yeah. Ha ha. Ha ha. Has no effect when
Can't
I'm
even
with
laugh
this.
right. Can't even laugh right.
That's like your dying laugh. It's like, any last words?
Ah.
Poor Alex.
Oh my
Poor
god.
Alex.
You know what though, Dylan? I showed up.
Yeah.
Oh.
Dylan getting called out.
Someone clip that so we can send it to him.
He's
Please.
got the
Thank you.
rumblies in his tummies. I'm so sad.
I know Alex is over going.
He probably has the same flu that's going around.
Yeah, everyone's getting it going around.
Yeah.
I can actually, I hate you, but I can feel it coming
Like
out.
100 people in Reno have been hospitalized.
Listen, I work in a clinic and just don't talk about it. Just don't talk about it.
Yeah, and you deal with the public on a daily basis.
I do.
And we're out with crowds of dirty, the dirty unwashed for Black Friday.
That's
So
rude.
like, you really can't. blame me.
That is really rude. They were all nice people at the front
I'm
of the
sure,
line.
but they're dirty.
At
and
the front
unwashed.
of the line.
At the front of the line.
Yeah, the ones at the front that have been camping out for a week because apparently they don't have jobs, so they can save like $200 on a TV.
It's holidays. They just have the day off.
To be fair, that day of Black Friday, I didn't see anybody camped out in front of Best Buy.
No.
Yeah.
No, they didn't. They only started camping out about 3 to 4 in the morning.
Yeah, eventually people will figure out, oh, you don't have to camp out at all. You just order online for pickup.
See, that's the horrible part. Is that the majority of those sales are in store only.
Oh yeah.
This is all super fascinating, but let's play Dungeons and Dragons.
Let's do
Yeah.
way better.
Alex,
I don't care.
Mike,
I got roped into this. I have no part. All right.
You could always.
What I did was right. All right. The software was the problem.
Play along.
Right
Play
is
along.
might.
Just don't play along. You don't have to talk to him about Best Buy, alright?
That's bad.
Best Buy's dead
Yeah.
Soon.
right now.
Soon.
Leave it in the past. Leave it in the past. So,
Boss was there, but barely aware.
Oh,
Where
Ross
are
was.
we?
Wait.
That rhymed.
Last time, you really didn't do anything that important. We had,
That's fair.
That's me.
we finished up with Hargraves hunting down his foglet, chasing it through the docks and through some old like warehousing and cellars and abandoned structures. Eventually being kind of ambushed by two of them, you know, because of his really bad history check the night before that episode.
Yeah.
He forgot a really important detail, which is botlets like to travel in pairs when one of them is especially old. You know,
Oh,
so
that's right.
yeah, coming back to bite Hargraves in the butt right there.
He survived.
And then
Barely.
we had some basically some really just meandering for a little bit between most of the party members, trying to figure out where they were to go, what they wanted to do. Patty decided that she was going to go into the circle and inquire about the supposed missing or escaped devil, see what was attached to that rumor. And then we had some soul searching with Solas. Yeah, he spent some time talking to a priest of Parathor in a small, rundown church, and then left. Went back to the party. And then you all went to look for Anselms.
So,
to inquire as to where Kacey had gone. And I'm pretty sure that's really about it.
Yeah.
I don't think I don't think there was anything else really that stands out any more than that.
Definitely not.
I've already had a big discussion about
Yeah.
if we're on the right path and if we were doing the right thing, and Solas is
Jammer.
still suffering from his existential crisis.
Hmm.
And yeah, before they left to go talk to Anson. But yeah, that's the only other thing that happened.
Ansel. Ansem is the bad guy.
some
in Kingdom
Solas
Hearts.
searching.
Yeah.
Kim said it.
Kingdom
Got a
Hearts.
giggle.
Love him.
Thanks, Kima. Kima, what'd you do?
She said some Solas searching.
Oh, nice.
Appreciate you.
That's why we keep you around, Kima.
Reaping the
That and the
jokes tonight.
reaping.
Yeah, that.
We keep you around for your comedic talents and the reaping of our enemies.
Hey,
Yep.
reaping the jokes tonight.
Yeah, just reaping them in.
Oh my god.
It's not going to get much better.
I know.
It's
Yeah.
like slaying it, man.
Yeah, reaping what she so lost.
Oh.
Oh no.
He may be quiet, but he's still got the one-liners.
I just can't hear them.
Sir, I need you to pull the mic forward.
Yeah, just a little bit. Yeah.
I know this is unusual for you.
Hello, my people.
It's like the dark voice of Gotham. Too long we've been in the shadows.
We've lived in the shadows far too long. The dark streets are going to be taken back by the people. The rich and the wealthy have left us in squalor. Rise up! Find your champions!
Oh, he's finding his voice. I can hear it.
No.
What's that? What's that line? You
You
just
can have them
you
in
you
function
you merely
first,
embrace the
they have it.
darkness. I was
I
born
wouldn't
in
call
it.
this. I call this something else. You nutty.
Merely embraced it. The time I was a man is the first time I saw light, and by then it was blinding.
You nutty. Nutty.
What is that?
Gosh, I was born in the darkness. You merely embraced it.
Trying to wake up still?
Yeah, I'm fucking beat, man.
Mm-hmm.
Woo woo!
Long day.
Sorry guys, I apologize.
Stop it! I'm soft.
Find.
All right.
I don't. Okay, there we go. There we go. So.
So while Hargraves was just talking in the
Stand-
mirror in his dark voice,
Yeah.
Boss stands behind him and goes, "What are you doing?"
Exactly.
I like that new voice of yours.
You guys aren't here.
Who is in what room? We're not in a room. We're in a place.
No, you're standing in this. You're standing in the street in front of Anselms' home and proprietor, his business, his his home.
He went to the door and got the door closed on him, right?
Yep.
So,
Wait a minute. I feel like I missed a joke.
you did.
Oh, God.
So, Phelan, after having the door slammed in his face, slowly turns around and looks at the other groups of the party. I'm sorry, did he just slam the door in my face?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Methinks he hasn't seen your lass.
I want to do.
I think he's full of shit.
wanna
I
do
turn around to the door. Harder than before. Less polite.
Harder.
Harder.
Shut up, Maybelline.
I want to do an ear for deceit. I want to see if he was lying.
You're gonna do a year for nothing.
I'm going to roll.
You're gonna stand in the street and
No.
look awkward like
No.
Tabaxi do.
No.
She's down there like just kicking the rubble on the street, like
No.
splashing in the puddle.
No, I
All
see
this
a
I see her
door.
seeing a rock at the edge of the curb, and she's like, meh.
Yeah.
I see someone slam the door. Describe
Are
his girlfriend perfectly. I wanna know.
Okay. Either way, so you knock again, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So you pound on the door.
It's not his girlfriend, it's his sister.
It's somebody. Either way,
You soiled it, Amanda.
you can't roll until it's time
No.
to roll.
Soiled
Because
it.
the guy's not.
Soiled it.
He's not standing
Soiled
there,
it.
right? He closed the door.
Soiled it!
Soil.
Soiled it!
You ruined the whole thing.
It was, for those who can't see, it's a 20. She rolled a 20 when she wasn't asked for a roll.
Yeah.
Worst thing you can do.
They can't
Bad
see that,
juju.
They can't see that.
Wasted.
I mean, but that doesn't work.
Either way, yeah. So the door once again kind of creaks open, and he's standing there in the doorway, and he looks outside. Yes. Can I help you?
Yes. I could really use your help. Please. It's important. Kacey, she's a dear friend of mine, and I'm worried about her. I want to make sure she's all right. My name is Theolin. We're childhood friends. We were raised together. Please. I'm worried.
I'm sorry. What?
Sorry.
Say it out loud.
Can I? May I? Please, I need your help and attempt to do a persuasion check.
Okay, roll.
Sorry,
You got really quiet. I was like, what did he say?
it's the first time I've asked for one, so it felt really weird. I was like, do a persuasion check. I'm like,
We
that's.
have an audience and a DM. We need to speak up.
It feels weird. I normally don't ask for them, so it's like, this is weird.
Leave the audience in the dark, fool.
Oh my god.
Woo!
Oh, golly.
Thankfully, it's a 13.
A 13?
Yeah, 13.
Coulda, shoulda, woulda.
I'm okay with that. It's a middle of the road roll. I'm content.
This doesn't seem like a middle of the road guy.
Lethal Lily got it!
Hey!
So early. My god.
Do you know we need a buzzer animation so Andy can just click the button. All they hear.
No, that's an excellent idea. Why don't you do that after some of the other stuff you added?
So,
Is this before or after World
Add it
Peace?
to the list.
yeah, add it to the list. So,
We need an
Lethal
actual list.
Lilith. We have, 2 players at the table ready to have their inspiration, right?
Believe it's
I have one.
Matt and Dylan. I think are the only people who have one.
So,
Oh yeah, you gave one.
Yeah. Andy gave
No.
Dylan one for a role play.
No, someone won last week. Someone
Yeah.
someone hit a
Yeah,
19.
boss.
yeah.
Okay.
Because we've done it 3 times. We had 25
no,
and
Boss
19.
was gonna get it and then you got it.
No, I don't have an inspiration.
I've got one.
Boss is the first person to get one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And someone
you
else
got yours on
one.
the 5.
It's
No one hit the
Alfarius.
20.
I think it's Alfarius.
No, it might be Lumi.
No, I don't have it.
Okay, the question, whether you have it or not is, do you remember?
Doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
if it's not on your sheet, that's your problem.
Yeah, I don't have it.
Doesn't
I
mean
don't
you
have
didn't
it.
get
I
more
don't have
given
it.
it.
No.
Confirmed. Boss is the only one.
Yeah.
Boss.
So, Lethal Lilith, who gets inspiration?
Who do you grace?
We've also determined you can't give it to the DM. People
Yeah.
have tried.
I mean, yeah. our
He doesn't
fans.
need it.
Because
Yeah,
Malachi
he does.
gave
So
it to
you can't give it to Voss because he already has inspiration, and I'm pretty sure Alfarius has inspiration, so you can't give it to him, which was awarded to him through something different.
So then, who do you award this wonderful
Theolin.
gift?
Luminous, Solos, or Hargraves?
Theolin.
Theolin? Yeah! Oh, that son of a bitch.
The bard's gonna live!
We found the one person who likes him.
Yeah. Yay! Mike has one fan now who likes his character.
To those who do not know, I have a bounty on... Well, Theolin has a bounty on his head because he likes to escape death repeatedly.
Yeah, I don't get it.
I wish I was better at it.
Yeah, you and Luthor.
Yeah. Aw.
It's a sad funny.
Oh my
Don't
god,
be
the
like
side
that.
of the table's on second characters. Yeah.
Right now they are.
Now,
You're the underdog.
I'm the underdog. I'll
I
take
can get
that.
Dylan on the same page. We can figure that out.
Do you
he's
need
not here now.
Do you need some kind of betrayal? It's right up my alley.
And not because you're a tiefling, it's because you're from Zamir.
Huh, you belonged over there at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cast him out.
Anyways, so you rolled a 13 for your persuasion check?
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
And
Okay.
And then the cat went and saved him.
Can he use that inspiration now?
Who?
Mike?
Sure, yeah, he can use it right now if he really wants to.
Don't waste it.
Yeah,
I have a feeling my
just
death is
waste
coming. Wait, how long does this inspiration last?
Until you spend it.
Cool. Yeah, I'm keeping that shit. I don't know why I tried to censor myself and then gave up. Maybe
At least until everybody has inspiration, then I'll probably remove it from the first person who got it.
Then I will keep my inspiration because I feel death.
Dun dun dun!
I feel death
Every week
approaching.
it'll just, you know.
I don't know why, but
But
I
you
have a
can
bad
always-
feeling about this whole situation, so I'm going to keep it.
But Lethal Lilith can always win it back for you.
She can.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. But I have a, but again, this episode is not over yet.
She thinks you're the underdog and you need inspiration.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who want me
If
dead.
only you knew how much he needed it in real life.
It's true.
He needs
So-
inspiration.
so-
The
many
wall
balls.
rolls better than I do 90% of the day.
Yeah.
So is the goddamn
anyway,
door
so-
not a hole.
What? What did I miss?
Yeah, that
Poor
doorknob
Ross.
rolls natural 20s all day long in that hallway.
So,
Mike is a klutz.
Yes, DM.
You hear gunfire from the other side of the door.
That'd be
yeah, how about it would be?
Alright, that's not the right place.
A sinking feeling in your stomach, and then you realize it's bullets. Oh!
You hear a strange kind of weird noise, and then some old guy found him. Oh, jeez.
And then Mike, Theolin yells from the outside, Kacey, are you okay? Are you okay, Kacey?
I see what you did there.
Yeah, exactly.
I really like it. It's great.
Merry Christmas, you bastard. And a Happy New Year's.
Keep the change, you filthy animal.
Mhm.
Anyways,
It's such a good movie. I love the movie.
okay, so he closes the door a little bit, and then you hear him like grab something
Rifle.
nearby. Yeah, rifle. So he comes out and he has this this small like knife, right?
Oh, fuck.
And he holds it out to you and says, "If you are what you say you are, then prove it."
Does he know?
And he's holding it out to you.
I reach out my hand. What do I need to prove, and how do I prove it?
He hands it to you.
What is it? Can I intercept?
I would like to look at this and see if I know what it is and why I need to use it.
It seems like it's just a simple like silver knife.
Oh, I know where it is. I see Amanda. Or not Amanda. I see. Sorry,
Way to ruin my immersion.
She
Mike.
does this shit in real life. I'm sorry. No.
It's true. Intercept.
I see Lumi go for it, and my other hand, I'm just like, no. I grab it and
Don't cut yourself.
that's gonna hurt. You're right. So I pull up my sleeve and I kind of cut my leg. I have to grab a blade with this hand. It hurts.
What are you doing?
And I cut my arm.
Okay. Why are you making him do that?
Because I'm proving I'm not a vampire.
Well, I think walking in the sunlight proves that you're not a vampire.
Are you
Just
pale?
saying.
It is a nice day.
I
Yeah.
tip
It's a really
Theolins'
nice
hat.
day, actually. There's a great breeze. You can smell the sea. You know, which
Now
is
that-
much better than smelling the terrible, terrible lower district you were in.
Yeah.
Is there any fog?
No.
Oh my god.
Cool. Still, I'm like, yeah,
You're
I cut
welcome.
myself with a
Yeah.
silver knife.
Yeah,
Okay.
You're welcome.
I just look at him. Did that prove it?
Sure. Now the next person.
Okay.
Wait.
I look at Lumi.
Oh.
Low poke.
Wait, it's over.
Low poke. Okay, poke yourself.
So I got my claw out.
Do you? Are you sure? Which hand is it?
Which
Every
Every
Take
time.
my strong hand. This one, right here. Right here.
Okay.
I'm watching him.
Okay,
Is he
watching
doing anything?
you. I'm running, right? You're watching him. Watch you. Watch him.
Am I gonna get sick from this? Hold on.
That's more of a dig on him.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Is there something wrong with me?
So I
Where
do
do
it.
we
I do.
begin?
I do it the tiniest poke I can, and then I
Okay.
go.
Okay.
Just to make a tiny poke.
Okay.
Do you make the sound effects?
Yes, yes, he does.
Yeah, I do. So I go real close. Happy?
Yes. Next, please.
Who wants to go next?
I grabbed the knife. So, Las.
Just very simply, you know, like back of the hand, you know, like just a little incision.
I have my palm in my mouth.
I pass the knife around to the other 3 party members.
Other 2? I'm not there.
Oh, you're not.
He's sleeping.
Nah, he's sleeping.
I hand it to
Because
Voss.
fuck you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I hand the knife to Voss. Did you just stab yourself in the eyeball with a
There he is.
mug?
That was the same thing.
Ow!
Okay, so he takes it back.
Amanda has assaulted
Alright
herself
then,
with a mug.
we've proven that you're not
My eyeball.
undead beasts and monsters, so come in, I guess.
It's good we didn't bring him along.
He had explaining.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost like the decisions you guys make affect what things that happen or don't happen, huh?
Solus goes in.
Crazy.
Crazy.
It's
It's
wild.
crazy. It's just so wild. But that's, you know,
I walk in as well.
Sure. I mean, like, that's what we're doing.
Well, this is what we're here for.
Luna's rubbing her eye.
We're here for this stuff.
It hurts.
Shaved herself with the rock she was playing with.
No, she went to suck on her bloody finger and poked herself in the eye.
Yeah, probably. That sounds about right.
Stop.
Graceful cats, huh?
How did
Really
you miss?
graceful
Can
and-
I ask? How did you... Like, that is not even close.
So,
No, the splashed because I laughed and then it got in my eye.
She's assaulted herself.
Cocoa Hunt.
A cocoa
we're gonna
hunt?
launch that
She's getting
program.
hot cocoa.
Oh.
She-
I was like, what is this glorious cocoa you speak of?
From Imaginary Friends?
What?
Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends.
Cocoa?
Coco?
Cocoa?
That's a great show, by the way.
Coco?
That is.
It was a great show.
The art behind it, I like all the art the more I think about it. Like, they did a really good job of like, this is what kids think of. I was like, yeah, I believe it.
That's what the show's about.
I know.
So we
I'm
head
saying they
in.
did a
What's
job
the
with art.
interior like?
Hold on.
Is there an
I
owl?
forgot to launch the program real quick. I gotta launch it real quick.
The inside generator.
Okay, that cough
Wow.
legit got me messed up.
Someone's
I
dying.
looked over at you like you were coughing.
You should look
I'm
at him.
dying.
If anybody
Yeah,
could be this
I
way.
hear him. He's
Yeah, that's
pardon the parrot. It goes off sometimes.
That's the parrot.
Oh,
That's true. Definitely.
I'm
Hate how
cold.
good that noise is.
I wish I had a
I'm
voice.
cold.
Yeah, Ariel? I just got the references today.
Under the sea.
Under the streets, under the streets.
I'm cold.
all got the funny juice.
I'm cold.
That was like
It's
a hiccup, you know.
Amanda watched a video about a cat being hosed down that was saying
It was being
cried, It
bathed.
sounded like it was saying that I'm cold. Now she can't let
The
it
cat
go.
was being bathed.
Let it go.
Whatever,
Let it
potato,
go.
potato.
No, that's potato tomato. All right.
No, potato, potato.
One of them's a hose and a lot of screaming. The other one's just a bath.
No,
What is happening?
it's all the same with
What
a
are we
cat.
talking about?
Cat don't care.
We're waiting for
The cat always
Andy, our
cares.
savior,
I
to come
get
save
it,
us.
But also, ugh.
There's no dead space. That's what matters.
Well, kind of though. I mean, we should be.
That was a game. That's
Yeah,
nice.
that's a good game.
Yeah, we had
What happened
sponsors.
last week? Was it like what did I do?
Oh, you had a wonderful accent.
Oh, well, let's not talk about that.
Let's hear it.
What? Hear what? I don't know.
Your accent.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boss's
That
accent.
canon
Yee-wee.
accent, that classic, iconic feature of your character.
I don't remember that.
And then the polishing of your horns.
Yeah.
And you polish your horns now, apparently.
Well, Boss is a handsome fellow. You
Exactly.
just keep it that
Yeah,
way.
that's true.
Handsome fellow.
Your horns
for
glisten
sure.
in the sun like diamonds.
I don't. Well, maybe a little.
in my skull.
It's more like obsidian because they're really dark.
Obsidian diamonds.
Okay, no, just obsidian.
Black
Obsidian
diamonds.
They're not like glass. They're horns.
Are they dragon
They're
glass?
polished.
It's okay, I polish my claws too.
Do you?
The ones
Do you
that
like
are
do
left.
nail polish too? Like,
No.
They're like pink.
No. No, but you can take my strong hand.
I hope they're both strong. You're a rogue. You gotta do stuff like climbing.
She only needs one arm.
I'm like Tigger.
And the Tigger is a wonderful thing.
What's the most
Yes.
wonderful things about Tigger?
Their
Is
butts
I'm
are
the
made out
only
of
one.
rubber and their tails are made out of springs.
Bouncy, 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 bum, 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 bum.
I still haven't seen the live action Winnie the Pooh.
Oh, it was good.
I'll have to watch it.
Pretty good.
I have it. I just haven't watched it.
Kind of creepy looking because they're like live action with a dolly. Like,
I don't know.
Like
I say
Chucky.
I need to watch a lot of things. It took me 9 months to
Does
watch
it get you
Venom.
in the fields?
well,
And I own distance release, so
I never was.
depends on the relationship you have with your father.
Pretty good.
I don't like when they do that with movies though, where they're like, there's the iconic view that we all remember them as, and they're like, but we're gonna go with the realistic view. I don't like that.
Oh, it wasn't so bad. Like at first it was a little off-putting, but then you get used to it.
But like they did it in Lion King, like the live action Lion King, where it's like, okay, you know, it's fine if you went a little bit more towards what everyone iconically pictures them all as.
I think, yeah, Lion King was a little
Yeah,
weird.
I got
They
10.
struggled to capture the artistic
you an
ability of the actual cartoon. So
You
some of the
know
very
what?
fantastical scenes are far less fantastical.
Well, I mean, like look at Jungle Book, like that was live action. All of those characters are almost spot on, exactly how they appear in the animated.
Anime.
Pretty close.
I just think it looks a little bit better when you're nostalgic gets to look at it and be like, that's what I picture it as is real.
Yeah, well, they just didn't do that with Lion King. Like when he's doing the "Be Prepared" song, there's the green gas clouds everywhere. They just didn't do that. And then when Simba's like, "I can't wait to be
Spoilers.
king," and he's like,
Look,
Spoilers.
That movie is like.
"Did you watch the
Spoilers.
cartoon? Did you watch the cartoon?"
Spoilers.
Back in
seen
the
the
day?
movie.
Spoilers.
You know what? If it was different, if
Hi,
it was
Rocket
significantly
Pepper.
different, I'd be like, okay, spoilers maybe. But then it's been out for months, so you really don't have an excuse.
and
to really
technically
not
it's been
see
out
it.
for what? How many years?
And
It's the exact
Yeah,
same
yeah,
story
yeah.
as what it was.
The
They didn't.
cartoon's been out for like 20 years.
That's what I thought.
It was like
Rocket
2001,
Pepper.
I want to say.
Rocket
This is your
Pepper.
turn.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's-
Anyways.
It's your turn.
I can't do it, Rocket Pepper. I'm sorry.
You have to try.
I can't.
So,
Do or do not. There is no try.
yeah, exactly.
Do it.
Yeah, I said do
Rocket
not.
Pepper.
Hi, Rocket Pepper. How are you doing tonight?
In the place of Alex, I'll do it.
You've been working hard on your cosplays and stuff, you know. You know, I want to see more of your work. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be awesome. You know, everybody should check out Rocket Pepper's Instagram. Follow her there if they have an Instagram. Wonderful cosplay. She's a wonderful, wonderful person. She's one of my favorite people on Twitch in general. Just people,
She liked the video
not
of
streamers,
Sasha.
just people.
Just people.
There was
Yeah.
a video of Sasha. Berserker Works and Rocket Pepper liked it.
Sure.
Yeah, where'd you pull that out of? That was like an old video.
Yeah.
Like
From my
old.
Instagram.
Oh.
My personal Instagram.
Your personal.
Lots of Sasha pictures there. So if you're watching
These are some good life choices, Rocket Pepper.
Sasha pictures.
Hey, that's priorities right
Those
there.
are some
That's
good.
that is a
good
great
life
excuse.
choices.
Puppy.
Yeah, you can't sacrifice the comfort of pets for any reason.
No.
I don't-
Yeah.
Unless it's a cat.
Yeah, cats are you move cats. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
you know.
But dogs.
Because cats don't like you anyways. They just tolerate you.
Yeah.
You know, no matter what people try to say, they just tolerate you.
I'm gonna beaded. I think he meant beheaded out.
No, he's gonna be headed out.
I'm gonna beat it out.
But you can verify the message in Discord.
Yes, for the
He did
giveaway
message
that he
for
would
the
like to do.
giveaway.
So tonight, if anybody is interested, you know, we will tonight, probably at break, run a giveaway for 25% off order from Fudge Loving Grace.
To kind of give you guys an idea of what you
25%.
would win.
Great, amazing deal. So make sure you go check them out. Browse ahead of time, see if there's anything on there that you want. And he's got a ton of flavors and adding more on a regular basis. It's amazing. So good. We should order some fudge.
Perfect for the holidays.
Perfect for the holidays.
But will it be shipped in time for the holidays?
Probably.
That's the question.
He's pretty quick on his fudge, actually.
That's the question.
Order now
How
before
is
it's
how
too
is
late.
shipping
Legendary
during the
fudge.
holidays there, Jammer? How are you gonna handle it? What if like 10, 20 people order? You know, and they're like, we all want it
Give me
before
smack
Christmas.
so
Can you
much
handle
for
that?
talking bad, also.
What if I place 30 separate orders as my holiday gifts?
Yeah,
I think he would love and hate you in the same sentence.
probably.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, no, I know,
That's what he's trying for.
yeah, I know he has some stuff that he's trying to earn some extra money on the side because this is like his business, but it's also a side business side thing. And so he's trying to earn a little extra because his family has some stuff going on, medical issues and whatnot. He's really trying to be there for him. So if he gets some extra fudge orders, that enables him to be there for his loved ones.
For sure.
And he says he can get it shipped in 2 to 3 days with standard shipping, which makes it another 2 to 3 days, which means at worst 7 days later you have fudge for next Friday.
Which
Yep.
means order
Yep.
now.
Order now. Order now.
Well, if I get
Good
that
job with the
25%,
math there, buddy.
If I get
Good
the
job.
25% off,
It's not a
I'll
dice,
go.
I can count.
Get
Either
your
way.
fudge.
So, everybody goes inside. Afterwards, he closes the door behind you. It's a thin, what seems like townhouse. At the back of the room, there's dual staircase that goes up to what looks like a small landing. He has some very simple furniture in the room. Table. He has some bookshelves loaded with just completely filled with books and scrolls. He doesn't have any paintings on the walls. It's filled with also with kind of jars filled with strange liquid. At the top of the staircase, there seems to be like a table overlooking this entry room, and it has like a humanoid skull. And from what you can see, it looks like the humanoid skull has these protruding things, on the skull, and it's affixed to this stand. Looking around the room, he was apparently sitting down and having tea. So, yeah, that's it.
It's your show, guy.
Yeah, guy.
Listen here, Dad.
Listen here, gay.
Now, Scooter, you ain't done nothing.
Hey there, buddy.
Perfect. So, you're Anselm, correct?
Yes.
Have you heard or seen of my friend?
Of course I have.
So, do you know where?
I let you in, didn't I?
Yes. I wanted to ask anyway, just to be extra cautious. But when it comes to what do you know? Let's start there.
I know a great many things.
Okay, what do you know specifically about her, the cult of the vampires, and where she may or may not be?
Well, specifically, I don't know much about the cult that they are trying to get rid of. But I do know that she came here for advice on dealing with vampires and tracking them and killing them, and I gave her all the information she asked about.
Do you know where the cult she was talking about might be? It's just a beggar on the street looming. It's fine.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah, you
she's
hear coughing coming from outside the townhouse window.
Why are you so on edge?
Yeah, I know, right? Because she's a cat.
Yeah.
She's a cat on the lower floor.
Pouring his tea.
Yeah, pouring his tea.
Louis, you need a drink. And
Yeah.
I pull out of my bag a flask.
Is it good stuff?
It's gonna sting.
It's warm
I
milk.
don't want that.
It'll take the edge off.
Yeah, you can relax.
And relax a little.
Relax, Lumi. You're amongst
Notice this
friends.
Anselm is like staring at you. He's like, concerned, you know,
Too many things happening randomly.
random.
As you make eye contact, it continues to pour. But
Looking at you.
this is weird.
This is weird, right?
Well then, might you know where this occult might be that she was investigating?
No, I don't.
Do you know of any occults in the area?
No, I don't.
Oh dear lord! And what specific questions was she asking about how to deal with vampires?
Questions any normal person would ask who isn't well versed in dealing with them.
All right.
You've heard of the trouble in Canton,
There it is.
No, that's what brought her here. Yes.
but you haven't seen anything.
No, I haven't. I haven't been to Canton in years.
Did she
I
head
don't really leave the city very often.
Did she head for Canton?
No, she came here from Canton.
Oh dear. And then, once she was when she left, did she tell you where she was going?
No, she didn't.
And how long ago was she here?
A few weeks,
Fuck.
something like that.
Did she say where she might be staying?
No,
Oh shit.
I don't ask people too many personal questions. She came here for my expertise. That's what I gave her, and I sent her on her way.
All right. Thank you for that. I guess we need to do a little bit more investigating around town. I may have a few contacts that might be able to help. But
We could probably use some of that expertise.
And what do you offer in trade for my services? It's not free.
money,
Gold mostly.
Mostly gold.
gold.
If you need weapon, you need someone to deal with something. You're capable.
I would like a sample of. I would like a sample of what's happening from the sewers. One of the twig blights. For personal study and use. Alchemy and such. It's a very interesting problem that I've heard.
If
I would also appreciate a sample of the infected rats swarming the inns and taverns in the lower district. Very unusual, and all of these things, I think, are tied to something. But I can't really prove it without having samples and having the work done.
Well, the rats shouldn't be a problem.
wouldn't be too hard to get some blood samples.
So he goes, no, not blood samples. I need an actual
Live.
physical specimen, live one.
Oh, live one. Have gold.
For both, actually.
Do you prefer the ones that have, like, the foaming mouths or not?
You mean, do I need a sample of rabies? No. No, I don't. From what I understand, that's not the issue anyways.
Just saying. You say there's crazy rats downstairs. I mean, in
Not
the
here.
sewers.
No, not in the sewers.
In the
Well, there
sewers.
probably are some really large rats in the sewers. But no, these are separated incidents connected in some way that I'm not sure of. But they all sort of became problems at the same time, which leads me to believe it's all connected. And it could all be connected to the vampire cult.
Infected mice?
Rats, which are different than mice, but you know, I would expect somebody who's a tabaxi to know the difference, but I guess it's fine.
Vampires affect the animals in the area.
They have been known to.
Well, I assume that.
Wolves, bats, rats.
I assume that only happens with something of significant power.
Well, not necessarily. Most any of the vampires that range anywhere from maybe above thralls and vampire spawn upwards can in different ways affect their environments. But you would expect a vampire of some moderate intelligence to have to exemplify purposeful change. A lot of the other types of vampires are like Bruxas and Alps are more solitary hunters, but are on the higher intelligence chains, which means it must be something at least that intelligent and that powerful. Most Katakanas and some of the more animalistic ones are kind of solo territorial hunters and beings of the night. They wouldn't affect anything in this way.
Does anyone else have any questions for Anselm?
Do you have?
Are you planning on going and finding the vampires or whatever this is and dealing with them? My assumption is this what they're connected to which is the same thing that brings Kacey here.
Yes.
And the same reason she brought or found help in dealing with the problem as well.
Who did she seek help from?
I put her in contact with an experienced vampire hunter named Nikolai.
Nikolai.
Where is this Nikolai?
I don't know.
What does he look like?
I don't really know.
Does he have hair? Does he have that?
No, he doesn't. He's normally covered up.
So
I only deal with him through messenger. It's too easy for vampire hunters or targets especially for higher vampires in the regions. They tend to like to stay out of the eye and hide, keep their identities hidden from those around them that would do them or their families harm. Vampires are notorious for going after the loved ones of people who are hunting them currently.
So then how would Kacey find this Nikolai?
Through me. A dead drop.
And if he's already working on one case, he will not work on another.
I'm not sure what you mean.
If we ask for another dead drop to contact him, could it be done?
No, it couldn't be done because he's helping her.
That's what I assumed.
Wherever she is, he is too.
Well then. It seems we might have to do a little bit more investigating, but yes.
You won't turn up anything.
What do you suggest?
Nothing. I suggest that you wait or give up hope that she's gone.
And if I do not like either of those options?
You're not going to find a better one.
Awesome. Well, looks like we're going to have to find a better one.
Seems like the trouble is coming from Kenton.
Yes. I will contact a friend of mine to see if he might be able to help us. See if he's had any word of Kacey or word of this man. If anyone knows not anything, it will be him.
She came here looking for the vampire. There's nothing in Canton.
She came here looking for
That's
him?
what I said. Did I not say that earlier? That she came here from Canton.
Yes.
Am I talking to nobody in the room?
No, but I thought you said she came here looking for help, and you, not the vampire here.
She came here looking for expertise and assistance and happened to find me. But there are other occult experts all over the Shattered Coast.
So
She came here into me because she knew what was here.
the cult has moved to a bigger city.
Yes.
I don't think the cult was ever in Canton.
Well then.
It's not as simple as her chase. She's not chasing a cult of vampire worshippers. The cult is a part of a larger symptom. She's been chasing after a higher vampire for months now before she came here. There's somebody specific that she's after. She's not after some simple cult. This vampire moves from city to city and does the same things.
What are the signs of this vampire?
You would have to ask Kacey.
He already mentioned the rats and the blights.
I believe they're all connected to it. They didn't happen or begin until around the same time. I can't say 100% sure because the sewers are very large and old and have been built on multiple times underneath the city, but the blights may have been there for longer, but it all seems to have become an issue around the same time that Kacey moved into the city, looking for these There's a vampire and this cult of vampire worshippers.
Well, it seems the blight and the rats are a good place to start.
Maybe.
If they don't want to be found, you won't find them. That's why people hire vampire hunters. They know how to find the signs and look for the creatures and track them. And it's an ancient art form.
Then if we...
There has also been a rash of forgotten and homeless people disappearing off the streets as well, supposedly.
All over the town, or just in a specific
All
area?
over the city. Beggars just disappear off corners that they've been on for days or weeks, or years even.
Good thing I'm not a beggar anymore.
I could work with that, maybe. That's similar to how we attract people, my former employers. I'll need a map of the city. Do you have one?
I might have one somewhere laying around here and archived away somewhere.
Have you or the guard been keeping track of the disappearances, or?
No, that wouldn't be anything that the city guard would bother with. People die, people are murdered, all the time.
Concerned citizen that might, an overly concerned citizen that might be looking into it.
That's hard to come by in Rivergate.
I figure as much. I've worked with West though. I'll take that map if you're willing.
I'll have to find it. Assuming you don't have any other questions about the vampires or vampires in general.
Pull them in sunlight. Any other weaknesses?
Silver, magical weapons.
Okay.
They can transform. So always be aware of their curse does keep them limited to specific forms: bat, wolves, mist. So always keep an eye out for such things following you. Bats aren't necessarily common in Rivergate at night or in the area. Strange mists that come and go. It's a good bet that if you dig and look around, that whatever it is that Kacey and Nikolai are hunting for will become aware of you. So be wary of strangers approaching you for any reason. Because while vampires can't walk at night, their servants can. Or during the day, so their servants can. They can be just as willing to kill or murder on behalf of their masters.
Is there any...
Assuming, again, that this really is a vampire and it's not just... that Kacey isn't just wrong.
Are there any signs we have to be on the lookout for who is a vampire servant?
No. There'd be no way for you to tell. As far as any of you would be concerned, they'd be just like normal people. They could have positions at any level in the city, all the way from guards to nobility. You never know. Depends on the stretch of the strength of the vampire's influence or what it's attempting to do.
And can we just cut their finger like you made us do?
If they're just a normal person, they'll prove nothing. At night, it could be useful. But during the day, obviously, it's the vampires themselves and their spawn can't walk around during the daylight.
I think the easiest place to start is to help Anselm with just to get him a live rat and a live blight, and see if you can figure out if all the things are connected. Well, we investigate, and I send out some feeling hands to see if anyone else knows anything at all.
I have another plan that might help.
What were you thinking?
Well, back home, my job was to track similar situations. Not exactly, but we didn't have a lot to work with sometimes, and there's always a pattern in the disappearances and the deaths. Even if they try not to be, the harder they try, the more the pattern emerges. It'll be hard, but maybe we can find the pattern.
We also have someone who deals with the undead regularly.
I know. I was going to bring it back to him when he rouses from his beauty sleep.
Then maybe that's where we should start before we head off and do anything.
I wasn't heading off now. I was heading back.
Aye. Well, me
Sorry.
thinks we've asked Anselm all we can.
Yep. I agree.
We'll be back for more questions. And will you help us in our search? You're an expert in vampires.
I will do all I can, like I normally do. And I will wait because Kacey and Nikolai should both come back here when they're finished with their job. So
You should leave them a note.
I was going to. I will. Here, I pull up.
let me get your map.
While he's gone, I'm going to write a note for
It goes
Kacey.
up the stairs, creaking with each step going up. Goes through the door at the top and goes in the back for a minute.
Solas.
So as you're sitting here and observing the room, you can see he has a lot of strange like things on the shelves. You see like whole, aside from that one like humanoid skull at the top of the stairs, I mean he has all sorts of like skeletons and bones, just parts and liquid. His book collection is filled with just nothing but information on ghosts, like the afterlife, negative magic energy boundaries, studying of the veil, the veiled queen, undeath liches. It's just filled with information on all of the strange beasts and fiends that inhabit the world. He has a set of books that look really, really old. That seems to be about like shadows and the study of those sorts of undead, banshees. It's just everything.
Yeah. So, just, I guess I could have gone a little earlier with this, but just the way he appears and the things he's wearing and what he does, is he probably a mage of some kind? Or is he
No.
just a scholar?
No, he's just a scholar.
Right.
No, you detect no real connection to the weave or anything on this person, or just like around. There's no real, nothing about him that seems like magical aside from his knowledge of obviously like alchemy, and he just does this to do it, to compile the information and give it to people who seek it out.
So while he's gone, Solas,
Aye.
for the next few days, I will need to travel through the city and ask a lot of questions of a lot of people. But my face doesn't buy me a lot of love. But humble dwarf with his symbol of Palor could open a lot more doors than I am.
Parathor.
Parathor. The holdover from my other game. Parathor.
Parathor.
Aye, if you need a spokesperson, me can help.
Well, I'll do the talking. You'll just be getting us through the door.
Hi.
Me too.
Absolutely not, no.
Until Kacey is found and me debt is paid, me will help.
I'll be strange enough for many of the people. And as inquisitive as you are, I think your talents will be better used helping get those rats and twig blights. Yeah?
We should
I can
pair.
do that.
We should pair up with Hargraves on that one.
Hargraves, yes. But
If anyone knows how to capture these things alive, it will be him, for sure.
this will be the work of several days, more than likely.
Agreed. And I will have to call in a few favors. I'm going to try to talk to one of my contacts in the law walkers and see what I can find.
Sorry, I was gonna wait.
I left it.
How long did it take for us to get from Greencrest to here?
Like in total days traveled,
Yes.
including getting captured.
Yes.
Almost a month.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, almost a month. At this point, yeah. About a month.
Sorry, Mike, you can continue.
That was my statement.
What other stuff does he have?
Oh, make a perception check. Or make an investigation check.
Oh,
Make a
my
perception-
Lord.
Make a perception check.
I will, thank you.
What are you
Kleptomaniac
looking-
has
what are you
begun.
looking for?
I want to look for anything of information.
Okay, well, it's filled with books, and they're filled with nothing but information.
Vampires.
What are you looking on vampires?
Vampire.
Okay.
Natural 20. Vampire 28.
Specifically, vampires.
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 He has volumes of information, written accounts, handwritten accounts, stories, like secondhand studies and compilations of just the history of them and how far they go back.
Out of all of them, which one is the one that is recently grabbed? Like, not a lot of dust on it.
Make an investigation check.
I am so good. That is a 7.
It's a 7.
Mm-hmm.
Solid roll.
She looks great. Investigates Carol.
Kind of looking through the shelf, there's what looks like a volumetric set. There's 3 of them, 3-volume set of books that seem to get pulled off the shelf more regularly. And all 3 of them are. It says on the binder. This says Soros Vampire Historia.
Three volumes. Okay. As quickly as I can, I'm going to open the book, and I'm going to skip through the pages, see if there's anything bookmarked, see if there's anything that has like a crest, like, you know, with the book.
A crease.
A crest. Crease.
Cretan.
Like, you know when you put a...
mark.
Like, you know when you
Oh.
put a book down, because that's the chapter you want, and
Okay.
then... Yeah.
Like it's been dog-eared.
No,
What?
okay, I get it.
You never heard of that?
What was that?
Dog-eared?
Never heard of that, but I know what you mean.
Oh, puppy ear. Okay. Yes.
Oh,
So you,
Yeah.
So looking at them, they seem well read. They also seem old. They do look like they're original prints, and it looks like they were written by whoever Soros was. And it doesn't look like he's taking any notes or made any singled anything out. Probably because the books are either too rare or too important to like do anything like that too. But they're definitely well worn and read. There's a lot of damaging on the spines of the books, on the interior. They do look like they may have been repaired at some point. It seems like there's some newer stitching in them. But reading through, it just seems like this Soros was a studier, much like Anselm is, and he was just kind of accounting all of his encounters with people who told him stories about them, and was kind of compiling a lot of like old wives' tales and stuff, and stories revolving around vampires, trying to figure out what is like where they came from and how they started, because everybody agrees that nobody knows exactly where werewolves or vampires came from.
Okay.
They just do.
Okay. Put them back. Nothing interesting.
Anybody else? Anything?
Wait for him to get back.
Kind of
Yep.
tinkering with some stuff, mostly just like looking.
And so after about 5 minutes, he comes back out, has a map, and he brings it down to you, hands it to you, a map of the city.
Thank you.
But there's no map of the sewers or the elven ruins below the city.
That's fine. I'm going to be focusing mostly on the city, the disappearances. Put that in the bag.
Either way, best of luck to all of you in tracking down the issue, and bring me the specimens alive.
Do you want it in a jar?
He
If
wants
it
it
fits in a
alive.
jar, I want it alive though.
The baby rats.
Just be aware, if if it is a higher vampire and it becomes aware you're searching for, it'll make it more difficult, and it'll also target you yourselves as well.
Trust no strangers.
Because chances are, this far, Nikolai and Kacey are either dead, or have been turned, or are deep in investigation and hiding.
While we have you, we're supposed to be capturing these creatures alive. Do you happen to have any lures or bait that they might like, or anything like that might help us capture them?
Well, rats like food.
That's fair. I was more thinking of the blights.
No, blight twigs are evil.
All right.
And mean and aggressive. You'll have to wrangle one down and capture it somehow.
Heavy club. Do you have any cages or anything that they might fit in?
No, I don't.
All right, so we'll have to pick those up. I just thought I'd ask just because make it a little easier on us. We can go pick that
The
up.
process of my examination will kill whatever it is you bring to me.
The just out of game, how big is a toy blight? They're small, right? They're like, I don't remember.
It's like the
Would
size
Fox
of
The
know?
baby
twig blights are the small ones. The branch blights are the bigger ones.
Yeah.
It's baby
Blights.
Groot. Baby Groot.
Twig, branch,
He's
stump,
laughing,
tree.
but that's how it is in the monster manual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's baby Groot.
Okay.
Twig blights are small. Yeah.
That's what I thought.
There's,
Pepper size.
There's a couple of different stages of blights, but they're all kind of
Pepper,
human-like.
pepper.
Okay.
Evil creatures.
Yeah, there's like the tree blight.
out of character. You knew in character stuff. Awesome.
Okay. Yeah, that's all.
There's nothing else that I could help you with. Nothing. You're all prepared to go on your own. You all have silver weapons or magic weapons.
That was the next question. I have a magical weapon. Solos, do you have a magical weapon?
If he ever deigns to pick it up again.
If it's a vampire, it'd be wise to pick it up.
It's not exactly like me swings the thing very often.
Yeah, you don't need to.
He's deadly without a weapon. But
Instead, you're bringing Perithor's holy flame upon them,
it
praising crops.
It shouldn't be difficult to get our weapons silvered.
Yes, because I think out of all of us, the only person who does not have a magic weapon is going to be Hargraves, I believe.
My bow is, but my Volcano are not.
All right. All right. Well, we can get those silvered. Do you know of a place we can get them silvered?
Any blacksmith.
Armorer's Row.
Armorers.
All of the weaponsmiths and armorers work.
Any blacksmith worth their salt in plate and silver.
Nope, not in a city like this. Not in a city like this.
Why not?
It's too much competition. You're a blacksmith, you make horseshoes, you make horseshoes. You don't worry about making swords, because there are swordsmiths and master swordsmiths and armorers in the city. It's not like going to some small town where the blacksmith has to try his hand at everything.
If you were to recommend a weaponsmith and an armor smith, which ones would you recommend?
Well, you'd find them all in the same place. Armorers make all of it.
Then
Weapons and armor all together.
I will. We should start there. If anyone needs any new armor or anything, that would be the time to do it as well.
It depends. If I was going to recommend you myself, I never have any of it made, so I don't know from personal experience. But Fire Dragon Armaments is probably the most well-off armorers in the whole city.
I feel so judgmental of myself now that I know that I spelled this word wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Armor.
Well, there's two ways to spell it.
I know, but I spell it the English way.
Well, it's not wrong. Just
Yeah.
English.
not the way you were taught.
Yeah.
Making Grey Paladin happy.
I'm appeasing the UK viewers because I spell it with a U.
Like color.
But my computer hates me because it's always wrong. So it's like, you're spelling wrong. I know it's right.
It's right and wrong at the same time. It's beautiful.
So-
English is confusing.
Solas gets up. Many thanks. We've wasted enough of his time. And he goes to head out.
Okay.
Would you like any payment for this visit? For helping us as much as you have?
You are trading me in a favor.
All right. I just wanted to offer anyway. Thank you very much.
No, thank you. No, thank you. You bring me the rat, you bring me the twig light, and we be good.
All right. We will do it then. Thank you for your right. Okay. This is more of a personal question.
It's strange coming from a stranger.
Yeah, not personal for you, but personal. Okay, personal for the city. How does one get into the second tier of the districts? the second. I think I call it a second. Just 1 second.
1 second.
Yeah, because it's the Sorry, I'm like really quickly going through it all.
Don't apologize. Take your time and get it right. Waste less of our time that way.
What do we call it? It's the second level, right?
What?
I thought they call it like an upper district.
The
or
upper
something.
district. There you go. Yes.
Upper district?
Yeah. How does one gain access to the upper district?
Money.
Money. All right. And who does the money generally need to go to?
He just kind of looks around. You are a bard by trade, correct?
Yes, I know, but I was hoping you'd have
Then
a
it
name.
goes into the hands of the person who's at the gate.
Oh, yes, but I didn't know if there was other ways as well. I didn't know who if there was anyone else that needed the money on the way there. Sometimes it's not as easy as just simply the gatekeeper.
The guards at the gate will let you through if you give them money.
All right. Perfect. Well, thank you.
What would you need to go to the upper district for, anyways? Nothing up there but temples and the circle and the wealthy.
I wish to go to a temple. The temple of my god. It's the first time in a long time I've heard of her actually having a temple, and I would like to go there at least once.
Strange, but sure, you can get there.
In most of my travels, Taiki has never had a temple, so I felt that I would like to go at least visit it once.
Well, most worshippers have her temples are more secret than outward, is why.
Very, very true.
In my experience, depending on which aspect of her people are worshiping. And she does have a church in the port for trade and merchants. That's
Really?
why I'm saying this the way I am.
That would make sense.
The temple in the upper district has a notoriety to it.
All right.
For monthly celebrations.
Oh, how
For the
fantastic.
lavish and wealthy.
Well then. In which case, no, I'll stop by later, but thank you. And I can head out.
Okay. Alright, so you guys all go back out into the street then?
Yes.
Something I can quickly take.
There's a fucking
You
steering
have to be
wheel.
more specific than something.
You walk outside, there's a fucking cart where they hit you in the chest.
Nothing else go out. Nothing else go out.
There you go. There's a smart cat that's learned its lesson.
Learn your lesson. Learn your place, cat. Both of you.
You sign an unwritten contract that says you must follow the cliches of your class.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. So, you guys go back out into the street. He closes the door behind you, and so you're standing in the street off to the side, in front of his townhouse.
Well then,
To the sewers?
not yet. I say we go to the Armor's District to get our weapons silvered. The sooner we do that, the safer it'll be. And then we can get a silvered longsword for Hargraves while he sleeps.
Me is very surprised you're not jumping with joy right now.
Why?
Well, we left Greencrest almost a month ago, and then you were told 3 months had gone by without Kacey being heard of, and now you've heard that merely 3 weeks ago she was alive and well.
The reason I'm not jumping for joy is because she was really hunting for a vampire. I am even more worried.
Well, at least she's not dead.
And she's in this city.
I'm excited but nervous. I don't know why, but I feel an unease. I feel as if something's coming that is not good.
Is it a vampire? 'Cause
Probably.
That's not good.
That's where I'm feeling. Or maybe it's the devil, or many other things. Maybe
It's not as bad as you think.
hopefully not. But
Yeah, werewolves.
I don't know why, but I feel a sense of bad luck coming. And it makes me nervous. As someone who worships Taiki as much as I do, I've learned to fear the bad luck.
We'll be fine. She'll be fine. We'll find her.
I hope so.
Think
Really
positive.
do. You're right.
Don't be in the dumps.
You're
You
right.
go to Menzo Bearing.
Menzo Barrington?
Menzo, no.
Menzo Branson?
Vincent Branson. You go there and you go be negative over there.
No, I don't want to be negative in the pit of hell that's not hell.
Then be cheery.
It's closer to the abyss.
Yeah, you're right. The pit of the abyss. But yes, let us head to the Armorer's Row, get our weapons silvered, and bring a present back to Hargraves. He might be more happy to see a silvered weapon.
Should we engrave a naked butt on it?
Why?
Because Hargraves likes to run around with a naked butt.
He does?
Yeah.
When did we learn
He's
this?
done that like once.
Yeah.
Wait.
At the cabin.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Remember he was in
Yeah,
the fire?
he went
I told
and-
you the story. I was watching, he was at the fire, he was admiring it, then he heard some wolves and he got butt naked and ran out.
You probably go ran with the wolves is what it was. Now that we know what he is, it kind of makes sense. But still.
Yeah. See?
Hargraves
Cheering you up,
Hargraves
buddy.
has been a big help, so we should give him something he might enjoy. It's
Just
not
remember,
a mushy
he's a
bag.
Goliath.
Yeah, it's a big sword.
We need to give him a big sword.
It will be proportionate. We would like to head to Armor's Row.
Hi ho, hi ho.
Off to Armor's Row we go. You can't shut up. Go away. You don't have a voice. I don't hear it.
Maybe Hargraves should choose his weapon. I left my swords at the tavern.
Well, then to the tavern then. Then we'll go to Armor's Row. Then wherever else we need to go.
Hargraves will definitely not be up. It's only been maybe 30 minutes or something.
Well, then he gets a long sword.
We can always do it tomorrow. We have work we can start on now.
Yeah.
I would just... It might be worth getting the weapons now, because they're not going to be done quickly.
Maybe so.
The sooner we get started on them, the sooner we can have them. And on the off chance that, things go bad, I would like to have the things that will help us.
If this Armorer's Row is as illustrious as it seems like it would be,
We're in the big
we might
city.
just be able to get weapons that are already silvered.
Yeah. Remember, we're in the big city. More things, more opportunities, more weapons.
Me does think there is some merit to what Anselms said, that if we go actively hunting this vampire, we're either A, going to get in Kacey's way, or B, bring down some unwanted attention.
That's why we're going to be, me and you are going to be investigating some disappearances. Not vampires.
Still, if we're going to be doing any form of investigating, I would like to have the weapons possible for those that need them.
Well, then just get them for those who need them. If we buy them in large bulk, someone's going to take notice of that.
Well, I was really only going there for a silvered longsword and your blades.
Yeah, short swords.
Just get
The
silver.
shape is a volcano.
Yes.
Just make your bow, like the ends of it, make it sharp.
Stab them with a pointed bow
Silver
stick.
bow.
No,
Where would I
we will go
knock it?
here. Do you two want to get started on the investigation, and me and Luby will go get to the Armorer's Row,
Well,
and then meet back at the inn?
you can do as you please. I'm not going to stop you from doing that, but I am headed back to the tavern.
Well, if we're all going out and about, I'm going to go explore. And Lumi walks off.
Oh dear Lord, she's going to get us all killed. That's fine. Let's head back to the tavern. I have to go contact people anyway.
By all means, go find some armor. We're in a... For
I
once,
tip my hat and I say, I'm going to go wander at the very least and see what I can find.
Once we're not really in danger or no one's on our heels, let's enjoy it for at least a day.
I look you dead in the face. You had to go and say it, didn't you?
No one's on my heels.
That is the start of bad luck, is you bring up the fact that they were having good luck.
You know, I've never really understood the worship of a goddess of luck. By her very nature, she cannot favor anything.
No, but that's why you don't speak about it.
I'm saying it's fooling yourself.
Exactly, it still counts.
Okay.
You fool yourself, she makes it happen. If you don't fool yourself, things are the same.
That seems like a convenient place for a god to be. My worshippers, I just tell them things and never actually have to do anything.
It's genius. But she gives and takes.
No.
I
That's-
hope.
Okay. Sure, you would know. You're the worshipper. I'm just secondhand.
No, I know what you're saying, but that I was making a joke and it went over your head.
I'm saying, well, I'm just saying, if you don't want bad luck, go out and strive for good luck. Don't worry yourself about things like superstitions.
This conversation is trivial. Shall you and I head to the tavern and you go?
Going.
I walk off with Voss.
Okay, so you wandered off. You're wandering off. You're sleeping. What's Alfarius doing?
No, that's a great question.
Where,
Huh?
where did everyone go?
Well, there's only the two of us, and there's
Back to the
two
tavern.
of them.
I guess
Right?
I'm hungry.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get some food.
Why is he a surfer?
Because he's Keanu Reeves. Anytime I talk in Alfarius, I don't know why. Day one, he was just like, go through the door. All right.
Because Mike can't do a Tex Arcana.
Not without going full Theolins, or full Jean, so...
That's okay.
All right.
That's
Yeah, so
some
you
other
guys
random character
standing in the
name
middle
now.
of the street, kind
Yeah,
of
but everyone
observing
else
the
got it.
atmosphere. It's crowded. People are moving around. Finally, after spending about an hour or so talking to Anselm and getting answers and such, the port seems busy. Ships already coming in and out. The Steel Maw and the Iron Gate have been opened already at this point in time. You see town guard and soldiers in the street wandering through, children just kind of running through. You watch as a couple of them like pickpocket a couple of people and just kind of go on their way, running about. A few of them distract one of the fruit salesmen and take a bunch of like pears or something and just take off running. You see a few people kind of look at you and point and talk as they're kind of passing by in the conversation. Then you see several posters and posts around the city as you guys go about your separate ways, all adhering to different things. One of the main ones that you guys have seen is that Lord Manfred, apparently very recently, it says that he appointed the new arcane advisor to a post in the keep. Then you hear there's postings for random jobs. People, let's see. Apparently, there's a book publisher that you see, Mike, from this place called Adventure Press that's just seeking adventurers for inspirational stories to publish.
Can I go there?
Sure, you can go there. You actually see a posting about rat swarms, which have apparently completely overrun a brothel called Red Dress. And then you see there's a town crier going about at one point, boss that you hear, and he's just talking about the first thing you hear is he says that apparently the civil war in Emrath is reaching a conclusion. Apparently, and the Emperor has decided to welcome the cult of domination to join its official religions in the Empire.
Do I hear that too?
And then you hear that apparently the High Marshal of Bravadis has been ignoring counsel by his paladins in the orders. That's the most current news. You also hear some news about rumors about an affair with Lord Manfred's wife and one of the noblemen's. And this seems to be like a kind of a talk about the town. Most of the other information is just getting passed around, but this one is just kind of everybody is gossiping about it. As you all hear this through different various forms of communication in different places at different times and such. But so in with Alfarius. Okay, so Lumi, what are you doing? As you kind of meander through and you see these things happen, like the kids pickpocketing, and you notice, you start to see the signs of a thieves guild being around.
Mm-hmm.
You also see a few different gangs, for sure, organizations. You hear from different people that there are a few different mercenary groups in the city doing work. You also learn about an adventuring guild that gives out work on a regular basis here in the city.
I want to go into the local thieves guild.
Well, Okay, how do you want to do that? Because there's just like a building that you go to that says Thieves Guilds.
Well, I'm gonna
That's not
try
how
and
they
see
work.
if there's any thieves' camp.
Well, that's what I just told you. You're starting to see signs of
Yeah.
Thieves Guilds at work, like multiple ones. Like some big, some small. So what do you want to do?
I want to try and find the biggest thieves guild.
The most biggest.
The most biggest.
The most biggest, like the ones that mainly rule over the area. I want to try and make sure.
Okay, well, and who are you gonna ask? Just random people off the street, or how are you gonna accomplish this?
I'm gonna go to the kids.
Like the kids, the little kids?
They
Okay,
know stuff. They know stuff.
make a
Kids.
perception check.
I will. 28.
28.
I'm very perceptive.
Yeah. So as you kind of sit here, you kind of put your back against one of the nearby buildings, and kind of just watch in this kind of crowded social space filled with like benches and a couple of statues.
Mm-hmm.
And you watch people just walking around, going in and out of some of the shops. There's a couple of tailories and leather worker here on the street, and which looks like this very beautiful front, like white painted building that they maintain and sell flowers. It looks like. And you eventually kind of give it a few minutes. You wait, and eventually a couple of kids come by, and you see the obvious telltale signs of them looking for a mark and trying to figure out who has the biggest coin purse that they can snatch. And eventually they settle on what looks like a kind of a flowery-looking older merchant from Leor, it seems. And he has a couple of bodyguards. And you see the kids go up, and one of them comes up and like socks the guard in the back, and he turns and starts chasing him. And one of the older kids kind of walks up this girl, and she just straight takes the coin purse like right off of the nobleman as he turns to see what his guard is chasing after. And you watch for a few minutes and keep a distance and track the kids, and eventually you find them after having lost the heat. You go through a couple of small alleys and shortcuts, and you climb over a fence, and you see them kind of all together. There's like 4 kids, and they're divvying up the coins that they just hauled in.
So I go up to them. That seemed like a heavy coin purse. How much you get?
They all look at you real quick, and they see you. And they kind of start scampering together and putting all their coins together and putting in the purse, and a couple of them just take off immediately running. But the larger girl, what's it to you?
I just saw you work. Pretty schmanzy.
You're spying on us.
No, you guys are just obvious. Way too obvious.
Well, we didn't get caught, did we? She
Well,
just
I
crosses
caught
her
you.
arms, raises her chin.
Well, I caught you. I found you.
Yeah, again, who are you then? What do you want?
My name is Tabaxi.
Your name is Tabaxi.
Just kidding. Gotcha.
None of them laugh, and they all just look really awkward. Yeah.
Kids are no fun. Everybody likes it when I say that. Little kids laugh.
She's like, well, I ain't a kid anymore.
Oh, how old are you?
13.
No, you're all right.
So what do you want?
So,
What's your business here in the back alleys?
just want to see what you know.
About what? About thieving.
Yeah. Like, where do the
What, do
big...
you want to cut?
where-
Do we owe you money now, too?
No, where do the big girls go to go? Where do the big girls go?
Make persuasion.
What the Sam?
I don't know what's going on.
You
here.
just said.
This is great.
Persuasion, right?
Yeah, persuasion.
Okay, hold on.
Just wanna have
13.
fun.
13?
13.
Does Lumi know what she's trying to accomplish right now?
No.
I don't think she does.
This is the definition of Lumi winging it.
We should be allowed around kids.
She reminds me of your
Where do
tiefling
all
character,
the
all
big
awkward.
Oh my god.
Big girls go.
Long time passes. Where
Sorry, it's hard to be
all
serious.
the girls go?
Come on, where do the big girls go?
On the block.
I still don't know what you mean. I don't know what you mean.
Where do
What do you mean?
Where do the big thieves go? Come on, I know you know.
Well, mean, we pay our money above us, and that gets the kick up to the guild that allows us to do what we're doing here. And we keep our bit. You should know how this works. You seem to have the look about you.
Yeah, but I just don't know where. I'm a little lost kitty.
Cats get skinned here in Rivergate.
Ooh, where to?
All the way. From ear to toe to tail.
You wouldn't happen to be friends with them, would you?
Friends with who? Is there someone that you're looking for?
I'm so lost.
Just someplace that you're trying to get to?
Just trying to go to the Big Thieves Guild. Come on, don't you know the chit chat?
Looking for an introduction.
Yes, thank you.
Just stab it.
Well, if you're trying to get in contact with the biggest and most well off, then the Jagged Daggers is where you're looking then.
See, there you go. You're such a big girl.
Oh, fuck.
Whoa, that's really
Oh,
condescending.
So she walks right up to you, and like you're a good maybe 2 feet taller than her, 1.5 feet, 2 feet or something. But she gets real close to you, looks right up at you. You're gonna get killed. Best of luck. And I really do hope it's me who gets to do it. Make a perception check real quick.
21.
21.
I see. What, she
Oh, do
pulled-
you? Do you? Are you in charge? Do you see?
Ooh.
Yes.
See, Lumi, you went from messing with a child to messing with God. You
This
would
is the
die.
So, as she's standing there, you do notice that she has slipped out a dagger and is slowly but surely she's bringing it around.
Uncanny dodge.
Just jumps back.
Yeah.
The girl hasn't made an attack yet.
She has to hit you.
You can't uncanny dodge until you get hit.
That's
just saying.
uncanny.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's uncanny.
Predicting.
I took the dodge action.
I take the dodge action.
Then uncannily
I
do
take
it.
the haha, I see you.
Take an
dodge
uncanny
action.
dodge action. No, so yeah, as she's pulling out and reaching around trying to slip it up to you between the two of you, all right, you jump to the side, grab her by the wrist, and you twist and you flip her onto her backside. She hits the ground. Oh, oh, oh! What was that about? It was just a threat. You didn't have to throw me.
Don't
You
mess
know, a
with the
little
big
fun
kitty.
between thieves. She kind of rolls over, stands up. All right, then. Well, you got your information. Now get out of here, then.
I flipped a gold coin at her. Good try, though.
She
Good
catches
try.
it. Best of luck to you.
Good try. What's your name?
None of your business.
Okay, nice to meet you. None of your business.
Just turns on
Toodaloo.
her and a few of the other street urchins just head on their own way further into the back streets and alleys.
Kind of think to myself, yeah, I remember when I was like that too.
Same.
See? Oh my god.
Same.
So I'm gonna hang on out, spy on people, overhear people, see if I can find the jagged stones. Jagged dagger.
There it is.
Lumi's gonna die on this adventure. She's gonna die to a 12-year-old adventure, and it's gonna be fantastic.
Listen, going off on your lonesome and dying is great.
Yes.
Good drama.
It's great.
I hate to think you added a 12-year-old to the list of enemies now.
I know, right? I'm just gonna grow up hating you.
God.
So I hate that tabaxi.
It's gonna be it's gonna be 20 years from now. We're all successful adventurers, and this dagger comes flying out and nails Lumi right in the face. I told you I'd come back.
Long after her adventuring and tired. Anything else?
I'm just trying to find jagged daggers.
Okay. How?
See if people talk about it. See if people have jagged daggers.
First thing about jagged daggers is you don't talk about jagged daggers.
Daggers.
A lot of people
Parrot.
today.
Oh god.
A lot of you are breaking rules.
I'm gonna try and find a thieves guild.
I thought that's what you were
the
doing.
jagged daggers. Yes, that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay. Alright, sure. What are you doing, Mike? Theolin?
So, my original intent was to go to a couple different places. Then I see publisher. I immediately stop and go there.
Squirrel.
100%. It's a squirrel who finds that pile of nuts he didn't know he was actually looking for.
No, I meant squirrel like a dog, sees a squirrel. Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Fine.
so you get in the dress and everything, and you head there. When you arrive, it's a very small building. It's like kind of crushed in between these two larger buildings. It's wood. Sort of seems like it's falling apart. It's missing some shingles. Paint is kind of stripping off the outside. But there's like one window, and you kind of look through, and it's dusty, and there's some cobwebs on the outside. But on the inside, you can see what looks like somebody hard at work, like writing. There's stacks of paper. There's like a very small sort of letter block press in the room.
I'll walk in.
Huh?
Well, if there's a door or channel ring that, but I'll walk in.
Okay, yeah, so you go through the front door then.
Yes.
Why don't you freak out when it's an actual person coughing, okay? But
know,
when
right?
it's the speaker.
Because she expects that. The speaker, she's just like,
This is true.
That's true.
Facts.
You jumped every time the speaker made.
literally just.
So, yeah, so you enter. There's a whole bunch of books on the shelf. Looking at the spines, reading them. None of them published by this place, by the way, and none of them very good in your personal experience.
Oh, dear.
Probably a personal collection. Speaks to the taste of the individual in the room. But you see a man with kind of dark, shaggy hair. He's got one like really long, like microscopic glass that he's like using, and it seems like he's wearing these like leather sort of gloves of some sort, and he's very carefully dealing with like this paper in this book. He seems to be taking like page by page out of this book, just slowly. And he looks up to see you. You see like an enlarged eye, like a single enlarged eye through the lens. And he's, but may I help you?
Yes. The.
Sasha. So, go on, counter.
Hey,
Go on, counter.
may I help you?
Yes. I heard you were looking for adventurers with stories.
So he like flips up the thing, like a mechanical device, right? I'm currently, yes, I'm looking to publish a book with tales of different adventures that happen here in Overgate.
What if I already have a book I would like you to publish? That's already been done and written.
Well, I guess I could take a look at it and see if it's worth my time.
Absolutely. This is a book of my adventure into the Feywild. What I saw there, what was there, the people there, what it was like, and my interactions with the Fey Court. My current title is The Voices of the Twilight.
Oh, it's an alright title. It's a little self-inflating, don't you think?
For the Twilight it is, yes.
It's a little inflated. I don't know.
I'm inflating the
It's all right.
Feywild. It's
It's
a
all
wonderful
right.
place. Spent about 6 months there. It was quite a wonderful place. It had everything you could ever dream of.
Yeah, so they say. You wouldn't be the first person to have an experience in the Feywild and write a book about it. What makes yours so interesting and unique?
Okay, just because I don't want to go hunting for it. What was the Fey Queen's name? Because I don't have my actual notebook right now.
And you think I have that page up?
I'm gonna go grab a notebook then. Alright, LeFay.
We
No, that's not LeFay.
we
that
come
was
to the
Chris.
table prepared, ladies and gentlemen.
Shame.
Yeah, that's a fair one.
Shame.
Kick me in the chest, stab me.
Shame.
Martyr me. Martyr me.
Shame.
I'm trying to
Shame.
remember her name. It was like,
If you like what you're seeing, make sure to drop a follow.
what is her name?
A shameful follow.
Isn't her
A
name like
shameful follow.
So long ago now. A different character.
Falana?
A different time.
Felina?
Yeah, about a year now at this point.
Solus would never know.
The queen.
Can't remember. Well, I wasn't there. I was watching.
The queen. The waiter. The queen.
The Fey Queen.
The
That's her
fake
name.
queen.
The Fey Queen.
I could find it.
Fake Queen Letitia.
See if we find it before he does.
What?
No.
Could it be
I feel like
Latricia?
it starts with an S.
Queen Latricia.
Like
Latricia.
Latricia.
Because it has tree in the name.
Ah.
It's a Feywild. It's pretty good.
For those of you who can't see, because it's all of you, there's no camera on it. Mike is currently walking in circles with his hands out, like this.
I have a notebook, but
My
it's not the right one.
notes. My notes.
You ever see a chicken with its head cut off where it just
That's
does
how I
that circle?
feel.
And blood's just.
Like, where is it?
Yeah.
Her name, her name, her name.
I found it.
Yeah.
What
Got
is
it.
it? What is it? Tell us. Whisper it. Whisper it.
Mike, come back and just make a history check, you dummy.
This does speak to a greater point, though. You come prepared when on Fridays. All of you.
I do wish to make the argument. The name's literally in his book.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
In the book.
I think he succeeds on the history check. He flips the book open.
It can't be that high. It can't be that high of a DC.
I flipped to the chapter.
I wrote a whole book
Some
about
could
this
say it's an
person.
auto pass.
Well, here, let me see. Chapter 1.
In the court of this.
Don't have it.
No bouncing.
Cool.
Eat that.
The Thyra.
The Thyra?
The Thyra.
I don't remember that.
That's
I don't-
because it was a long time ago.
That is
Wow.
true.
Over a year.
And the only
Yeah.
the only interaction we had with her was, "You're gonna play a game."
That's
Yeah.
true.
The Cards of Fate.
Oh, this is a terrible game.
That
A
was
long
the name
time
of the
ago when
episode.
a plane far, far away.
Actually, the beginning of it was Follow the Yellow Dress.
Lonnie, oh
Lonnie!
no.
Lonnie, what is
Oh!
how's it
Oh, no.
going, my guy?
Lonnie.
Lonnie of the
going on?
Lightning!
Dude, I love his clips he throws on Twitter, by the
Yeah,
way.
I know, right? It's great.
I can't help but watch those things 3 or 4 times.
Dude, when his title for his stream was killing me.
We love you, Lonnie.
Oh my god! It is what was it exactly? It was I'm the thing that couples use when they don't have any more when they've lost the heat in their relationship.
Yes.
Oh, they want to
Need to
When they
spark
want
up
to
their love
reignite the
life.
heat. Yeah, it was. I was
Spark up
dying.
their love life with a little Lonnie Lightning.
Yeah, I was dying. That he was like, get your Capri Suns and stuff or whatever. Dunkaroos because I'm
Dunkaroos,
about to
mates.
make you moist in your pants area. And I was
That one
like,
was great.
laughing so hard. Lonnie, you're a fucking treasure, man.
The freaking clip about
National
him, he's
treasure.
like, yeah, I just lactate so much, and it just drags behind me. If you ever see a
Bathing suit
trail.
area. There
Yeah, I
we go.
saw that one
Bathing
too.
suit area.
Names
Yeah,
are-
I was dying. I was laughing so hard when I read that the other day, Lonnie.
Snail
I started fucking laughing. It was great.
The snail
Snail
trail.
trail.
What's the lactose
It's
thing?
funny.
Oh my god. Yeah, no, I didn't. Who says sock and boppers aren't a sex toy?
Really, anything's a sex toy depending
Yeah.
on how you use it.
Yeah,
absolutely.
The difference between erotic and kinky,
Yeah,
erotic's
you always
using the
make me
feather,
smile.
kinky's using the little chicken.
Yeah, exactly.
Whoa!
Hey, there's probably a kink out there for something about it.
Thank you for the subscription once again, Lonnie. I really appreciate it. I have to drop into your stream and celebrate ours. I think that should put us, on 7 months subscribed to the amazing Lonnie Lightning and supporting everything he does. So we can get a quick shout out for Lonnie Lightning in the chat real quick.
Shout out.
Make sure you guys go and check
Shout
him out. He's amazing.
Shout out.
Great dude, all around, hilarious. Makes watching things that I find boring, like Rainbow Six Siege, all worthwhile.
I'm not gonna lie. There are times where I'll open up Twitch and I'm like, well, I could show this person this support, but Lonnie's on.
Yeah, exactly. You son of a bitch. You make supporting my other friends difficult
Yeah,
on a
it's
regular
like-
basis.
He's
like you see
clearly way great.
Yeah.
And-
I have to have him on, which means I have to have at least 5 tabs open today.
Yeah,
You
but then
know?
if you're on mobile, you don't get you have a choice to make.
Yeah.
And
Dedication.
sometimes I'll switch. I'll be like, I'll go on Lonnie, and then I'll just hang out there for a bit, and then the next day I'll be like, well, I gave Lonnie yesterday. Now I'll do my chores and
But it's hard when he does those butt
And
flicks.
and this is important because we have it figured out. We just need to finalize and test it. But Lonnie Lightning will be joining us for D&D on a Friday, probably here in the next year, early in the year.
in the next year.
Yep.
Give us a nice block.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey,
Well, it's
a
only,
year
the next
goes by
year.
pretty
The
quick.
next year is only what?
Yeah.
Fucking less than 20-something
But
days
yeah,
away.
we got all
So,
the hardware.
yep,
and the
we got it all
tables
together, man.
And the strat.
Yep.
Not the strat.
It's going to be super fun having you play, man.
We
What's
really
it gonna
just need
be?
a table.
Listen,
Yeah.
that
A
table
table.
is complicated.
We're at the budget. Give us the budget, man. Give us
Okay.
the budget.
Okay.
Yeah.
Give me the
Yeah,
budget.
tell us the time to come.
I got my
Anyway,
bonus.
Lonnie,
Give
thank
me
you
the
so much
budget.
for the support.
It's
Everybody,
probably
go give
gonna
him a
cost
check.
around $500.
Check out his video.
That's
Follow
nothing.
him. Watch him. He's funny.
$500.
Telling you, he's worth it. He's like the most
And then it
energetic and
probably will go up from
entertaining
there, depending.
Yeah.
fucking dude on Twitch. And I'll just say this because the comparison itself is it makes sense. But like, if you like Doctor Disrespect, you will love Lonnie Lightning.
Mhm.
Okay, Lonnie, in my opinion, is a million times better than Doctor Disrespect is because he's funny.
Yeah.
But
Wholeheartedly.
if you love that sort of in character playing, just all around fun loving
Showmanship.
streamer, that showmanship, you're looking for that experience where he's doing it for you and it's hilarious.
Family
Lonnie
friendly.
Lightning is the man for you.
Family
right there.
friendly.
He earns
Family.
it. He's like the girlfriend
Family
experience.
friendly, really, Lonnie? Are we in denial now? Family friendly?
Hey, if your family is a bunch of 18-plus-year-olds, yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
Yeah, he's like the girlfriend experience. It's like you pay him to be enthusiastic.
Or you don't, he just does it anyways.
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about. So we're talking about the person who just loves that job.
Yeah.
They
You
do it
never
for
have to work
fun.
during your
Yeah, he
life.
shakes his ass.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the best part.
But thank you so much, Lonnie. Back to this though.
What makes my
Vithyra was the name of the
Vithyra.
archfey.
What makes it so special is my visit. I spent most of my time with the Archfey, Queen Vithyra, and I was in her court for months. I got to see the inner workings of the royalty of the Feywild and how the Archfey does business.
Did you visit the court of Queen Titania?
I did not. Actually, no, I did not. I did not visit Vithyra's sister.
Vithyra's sister?
Well, that's right, right?
Mm.
You're talking about
I don't think it ever got
episode.
mentioned.
You said Queen Titania, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, Queen Titania was Vithyra's sister, and that was the court of the.
I don't think that got mentioned at all.
There's slander in your story.
Yeah,
Is it now fiction and not non-fiction?
Gently.
You just roll with it. Just roll with it.
yeah, this happens now. Yes, to my understanding, Queen Titania was the sister of Vithyra.
Well, I'm not an expert on the Fae and the ancestry and who's related to who, but this would be news to me.
She's fighting the cat.
Right.
Showdown.
Either
But
way,
did you or did you not visit the court of Queen Titania, queen of all the summer court, ruler of the Fae?
Big no.
I'm gonna. No, I don't believe I did. No.
Then you really aren't selling me anything really interesting. The Feywild is a fascinating place, but all people care about right now is stories about the queen herself. Fiction is what's selling. People like reading outlandish and great stories about the mystical beings of the universe.
And I wrote of what I saw, which are the mystical beings, the truth that is in the Feywild.
It might be the truth, and it might be very entertaining, but I'm not guaranteeing that would sell.
Not
That
what?
people want to read a biography.
I know-
Especially from somebody who... did you say your name was?
My name is Theolin Ryan Thrana.
I've never heard of you.
You're probably not going to. I've never written a book.
Yes.
There's a reason I came to this bad shabby of an establishment.
Then he grabs like this big stack of paper and like puts it down and he's like, these are all drafts that I've had submitted this week for books and book ideas. There's at least 70 here. You're not the only person in the world attempting to write something and have it published.
Exactly. But I'm asking to have it published and what it would cost.
You could ask all you like, but that doesn't mean that I have to do it.
And if you don't want to do business, I can go somewhere else.
I do want to do business. You came in here saying that you were interested in publishing in what I had posted out in the streets for business.
Yes.
I'm looking for interesting tales from adventurers about Rivergate.
Don't have any stories of Rivergate, not yet. I'm still working on those. I have stories of my journey through the Feywild. I have the journey of Heroes Past, and I have the book I'm currently working on, which is the journeys of the Heroes of the Vale.
You're not going to get anybody else to publish it either. You came to a very small, one-person establishment publisher, but people aren't interested in buying nonfiction right now. What sells are if you were a writer and you wrote stories about the Fae, maybe if you found somebody else to rewrite your biography into some interesting story, then that could work.
Unfortunately, I can't. I made a promise, and I'm here to publish on my promise.
Oh, okay.
I promised the Archfey I would post it exactly as she's heard it.
Now he's looking at you, and you can tell he's like skeptical now at this point. He's just like kind of leaned back in his seat. She told you to publish it, this Archfey.
Yes.
What was her name again? Vithyra?
Vithyra, Queen Vithyra.
Queen Vithyra.
Yes.
I don't know. It's a tough sell.
Well, read
It's a
the
tough
book,
sell for anybody.
which I understand, and I'm willing to pay.
Well, that's not how this works. You don't just give me money. It's my name and my reputation of my business on the line, and yours as an author. You don't just get to give me money and make me publish a book that I'm not interested in making. That's not how this works.
All right, well then read the book first.
I will read the book because I am interested. I'm just letting you know ahead of time that there's just not really a market for biographies right now, at least not in Rivergate.
Which I'm comfortable with.
People want to buy fantastical stories and interesting. This sounds like a fantastical story, but if it's written as a biography from your first-hand experience, people aren't going to be as interested. They want to read about grand, interesting encounters and such, with fey creatures and dragons and riding griffins in the battle and famous knights and paladins who slay liches. That's what people are interested in reading about. And more importantly, people here in Rivergate are interested in crime stories and thieves' guilds and the underbelly of this city. Those all do very well right here in the market. If you bring me something like that, something written, then I can guarantee a publish, at least in small format, and we can see how that does.
All right.
I will read this book, though, and I'll have to keep it. How big is the book?
So it's currently about 17 chapters is what I had written down in my
How many
notebook.
pages?
Pages was 356.
356?
Yeah.
I'll keep it for 2 nights. Come back.
All right.
Mhm.
Please take care of it. It's the only one I have currently.
So what's the book? What is it written in?
It's written in
Is it just like leaf paper or like
Yeah.
just parchment, like all rolled together and banded together?
Yeah, it's
What-
banded
how's it
together.
written?
it's leaf pamphlets banded together because I haven't had it published or written in like solid book form or anything.
I wasn't
so.
sure if you were actually writing it in a book.
Mm.
Okay.
In a book?
I hadn't transferred it over yet.
Is it in like a scroll case?
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, so he takes the case and sets it down on his desk. Come back in a couple of days.
Works for me.
But do you have any stories of adventures here in Rivergate that you would like to sell me?
Give me. Oh God, we're gonna be here for a couple weeks. Give me a couple weeks. I guarantee I'll have a story written for you.
I see.
I'm currently in the process of making one.
Well, if I haven't filled all the space in the book by the time you come back, then sure.
And then,
I'll pay you for
Are
it.
you're looking for small short stories, correct?
Short, long, either way. As
Alright.
the book will be as long as it needs to be.
I may have a story of a detective who's hard on the case trying to solve the disappearances of the less fortunate.
Ah, see, that sounds intriguing.
Shocking.
Interesting. I'm already intrigued. You should bring that back to me.
How do people feel about tiefling? Should we change him to a human?
No. People find it interesting.
A tiefling
I
out,
think people could get behind a tiefling as a hero.
a shockingly handsome tiefling out to save the lesser
Some
man.
say devilishly handsome.
Getting it. You're getting it. Oh, and I believe he has a dwarf sidekick too.
A dwarf sidekick. Now I'm interested. You have me sold on this.
I will.
What's going on? Why can't you just give me the story now?
Thank you for the sub, by the way, Texel.
Dexel, we appreciate you. We love you.
Thank you so much for the sub.
The reason I can't give it to you now is because they're currently doing it.
I see. Well, bring it back to me in written format.
Yes, I will get the information from them and spruce it up,
Nope.
make it more
Sorry.
fantastic.
Either way, have a wonderful day. I have your book to read, plus all these other submissions.
Thank you very much for your time.
Have a good day.
Yep, bye. I leave.
Parathor's light on you.
And may Taiki's luck smile upon you.
I hope so. For both our sake.
Exactly. And I head to Armorer's Row now
Okay.
to go buy silvered weapons.
All right. Sounds good.
Detective.
So,
He is.
I like how it sort of betrayal. Wait a minute.
Detective Pikachu.
I felt the glare when I was like, and a dwarf sidekick.
Tiefling.
It's tiefling, not tiefling. I hate you if you say tiefling. Just saying.
Tiefling. Tiefling.
It's like a T,
yes.
like a T.
It's not a TIE fighter, it's a tiefling.
It's like a T that
The
flings.
tieflings that were born from devils.
Devils.
That's a funny one. I like that one.
It's a vowel switch. Do you see what he did there?
Yeah.
Okay.
I saw it.
All right, good.
I heard it.
Yeah,
It was funny.
that's good.
You're really good at that.
Matt has excellent comedic timing. You know? You should put that on your resume.
I bet you that'll help you in IT.
You know what? The miners appreciate a good joke.
Yeah, they do.
I just
I'm funny. That's why you should hire me.
Yeah.
because if you put that in your resume, you have to make a comedically timed joke in the interview.
You do.
It's
Well-
needed. You got to prove it.
Well, obviously,
Yeah.
Obviously.
if you make them laugh during the interview, you'll stick out. It's a good strategy.
Yeah, that not only are you qualified, they might actually enjoy working with you.
It's just a really good quality to have throughout life. You know?
It's made up for a lot of other shortcomings.
Or not.
A lot. It's a long list.
Longer or shorter than the list of enemies?
I don't have many enemies.
No, our enemies.
Oh, like as a group,
So-
it's pretty bad.
So as you make your way through the busy and crowded streets, passing multiple sellers of goods and wares and shops and dozens of houses, you finally come to a large, wide space and section of businesses, and the constant pounding and banging of anvils and hammers, and the calling of those trying to sell their wares straight off of the street. Stalls filled with swords and shields, and racks filled with armor, plate, chain, anything that you could of all designs. Some fancy and embellished design for those with wealth and power to wear. Some with helmets shaped of those of creatures, griffins and dragons. All manner of armor that you can imagine is on the streets. Dwarves, elven craftsmanship, fine and sleek in its design, lethal with speed is built in mind. And you get several individuals who approach you as you're walking through, along with other adventurers. You see many guards out as well, purchasing weapons and picking them up. Many of the wares you see very cheap, simple, easy to. You can get most of this stuff anywhere. It doesn't have to be somewhere special. Eventually, though, you come to the front of a building with a large sign. Let me find the thing now. So, the store is a large, wide stone building, and on top of it is like a wood-carved statue, which appears to be a fire-breathing dragon over the top of the entry door. The display window is wide and very, very clean, and you can see various weapons and armor of all variety laid out front to be seen. Bork memes, or emotes in the chat.
Memes.
Dog friendly environment.
Work.
So then, as you approach the door and you open it, you see lines of weapons of all shape and size: spears, lances, pauldrons. And on the wall on the right hand side, there's just shields with just coats of all shape and size and design. Kite shields, the round shields, plain wood shields. You see inside the store on a couple of like displays that you're used to seeing maybe in like tailories or Soros shop. What are those called? Sewing shops. Seamstress. Sorry, that's seamstresses. Okay. You actually see a few individuals up on these platforms being fitted and measured for armor by various staff members, as there appears to be about 5 or 6 halflings running through the shop and grabbing weapons or shopping with people personally as they walk and look at what's available. Beautiful cloth surfaces with very ornate gold-trimmed armor or blued and black, various colors. You see this very interesting set of like Leor style heraldry on it that has the helmet is designed to look like the maw of a lion coming around the front, and it has a large facade of the royal lion of Leor on the front, and it's like this beautiful gold trimmed like ivory and ornate plate armor set with this long flowing cape in the back that's just center display in the middle of the room. You kind of take a moment to look and observe some of the weapons, very finely crafted, maybe even expert level or master crafted, and some of them you can tell are magical, which in itself is very interesting. And you look above and you realize that most of the lanterns in the room are kind of have this bluish hue and this checkerboard design that's kind of casting outwards. They're lit by magic too. They remind you of elven lamps that you've seen before. The wood floors are waxed, and you can smell the wax, and there's no creaking in the floorboards. The entire establishment seems absolutely pristine, and only the highest quality of armaments are allowed through the door. Against the far wall is a large, sweeping, running red gold-trimmed banner with a dragon emblemized on it.
I'm just hearing money disappear.
I knew you were gonna say something. I saw that, Leor.
No, this is when we spend money. It's like this is the place to do it.
Yeah, if there's any place to spend money, now is be doing it.
So,
Some coin melting in your pocket.
Little bit. I saw that Leor in armor. My mom. I just felt the purse go
Bless you.
and get lighter.
Where is the party bear at?
In my pocket.
Oh boy,
I know.
I have it separated.
that's good.
That's separated. There's a song that has that word in it.
Keep separated.
I imagine there's a lot of songs that have that.
Oh.
Separated.
okay.
With a streak of 9 going.
So, what do you do then?
No,
Is there any of the halflings free? Currently?
The person working at the counter seems like they're free.
I would like to approach the counter.
Okay. So you approach the counter, and there's this there's a halfling there, this girl, and she looks like she's about the average size for a halfling. She's well dressed, has this like this tie up collar, and comes around and sort of ruffled on the edges, and has what looks like pants of some sort, like maybe like an overgarment and a heavy coat over that for like protection, and doesn't have them on, but has like these work gloves on the side. And then beyond that, you can actually see that there's like this large door, kind of ajar. It's like a large double door, and you can see it's cracked, and you can see that there's straight through that. You can see that one of the forges in the back of the room, and you can hear the constant banging and clanking of iron and steel in the back. So she sees you, comes forward, and how may I help you today?
Yes, my name is Theolin. I was hoping to procure some silvered weapons and maybe some other magical weapons or armor if possible.
What are you looking for in the way of magical armaments?
What type of
Swords, armor. We got it. From all corners of the Shattered Coast, it comes to Fire Dragon armaments.
I'm sorry, I'm quite shocked. I've been so busy adventuring. I forgot what it's like to shop at a well-stocked city. I do apologize. What type of Goliath-sized magical weapons do you happen to have? It's a
Oh,
gift.
well, we have a variety of different weapons meant for the larger folk of the region. If you're looking for a sword, possibly.
Yes. Yes, a longsword.
A long sword. So set for his size, she gets this piece of parchment and she starts like writing down some numbers on there. Silver, add additional costs. I don't believe we have any fully silver weapons at the moment, but we can definitely get one made in very short time. Like probably by the end of business day today, we can have it ready to go.
Yes, I would like to have a longsword like that made.
Sure.
And how much?
Anything particular? Any sort of particular steel? Does he have heraldry of our mark of some sort?
I do
What
have.
does he do for business? Is he a left-handed fighter, right-handed fighter? Does he fight with two hands? Does he have a shield?
He generally carries a shield. He primarily fights with his right hand. I pull out a piece of paper and sketch the mark that's on his neck from the times he's shown it.
Mhm.
If I could have this inlaid on the where the hilt goes above the blade.
Yeah. So she gives you a piece of like not a pencil necessarily, but like kind of a piece of charcoal, like thinned out in kind of the shape of a pencil, and you kind of start sketching it out. And she looks at you, and she as it takes about like as you get about 40% done with the mark, she goes, "Oh, I see. No, I can't. We can't do that.
All right.
Your friend, they have their own armor in town. The blood hunters go to.
Oh. Well, that's perfectly fine. Darn it. I was hoping to give it to him as a gift. That's perfectly fine. I didn't mean to waste any of your time.
It's not. It's frowned upon. The marking isn't like a personal heraldry
Okay.
that belongs to an individual. It's an official seal for the blood hunters themselves.
Would you happen to know if they could add the seal later, or what must it be done in their forges?
It would have to be. It could be done later by somebody else.
Because I feel like you guys would make a fantastic sword and be able to make it slightly magical, and I was wondering if I could get him that, and then he can add the heraldry later.
I don't know what you mean by slightly magical.
Very mad. You could make a magical weapon. I apologize.
You can imbue it and give it magical properties. Yes.
Yes. I would like to give that to him as a gift then, without the mark.
Okay. So one silver sword then. You said weapons silver.
Yes.
So are there any others that you need as well?
There, two short swords with a falcata design. Two of them, right? That's what I thought. Two of those in silver.
Okay. We can do that.
Was there anyone else that needed a silvered weapon that I knew I was going for? No. And then, how much for the Leoran armor behind me?
Which armor behind you?
I point to the fantastically... Wait, is it plate mail, by the way?
It's plate. It's
Oh.
full plate.
Never mind, I can't wear it. I got excited.
So she's still looking.
I was pointing to
What did you mean?
the Leor plate armor.
Ah, yes. A wonderfully crafted set. Handcrafted by Stacy Tenpenny herself. Our master armorer.
It caught me off guard when I walked in. It kind of was breathtaking, and I felt intrigued, but I could never wear it.
Custom order for a noble who died.
Oh. Well, it looks like you did him quite the justice.
Yes, she did.
But it wouldn't work for me. I need something lighter as I fight.
No, it look like the breastplate you have on seems fairly well made, and the craftsmanship is a little mid-range, but it's sturdy and looks like it would work. Hasn't lost any of its integrity over use and wear.
I checked to see if I still have the rather large hole where I think, got something punctured in my chest at some point.
And you replaced that with what you are wearing now.
Oh yes, this is the old ancient armor. No, this was very old armor we found in a tomb at some point.
Then that possibly explains it. It looks old, but it's possibly, depending on who made it, probably a fantastic piece of armor. The chest plate.
It's wonderfully done. The only thing I would want to do would be to add the pieces to make it half plate. Is that something you could do?
We could do that.
How long would that take?
We'd have one of our one of our staff here come help you. They measure you, bring out the measurements to us, and goes to the armor. And if we have the parts on hand, we could have you outfitted and out the door today in a few hours. If we have what's needed here already. As you can see, we have hundreds of sets of armor and pieces, so
Yes.
would you like it to match what you have, or not?
I would like it to match what I have. After having Taiki's, my own personal version of Taiki's emblems embroidered, put on the front, I would like to keep it embedded.
Yeah. Okay. I'm sure we could find something if you're interested.
Yes, and then can you is it easy? Can you silver weapons that we already have, or is it better just to make new ones?
No, we can silver a weapon that you already have. If you have a weapon, it makes the process far faster for us. It does require some additional smelting and inlaying, but we can get it done.
Perfect. I pull out I grab my.
It's the silver itself that's harder to come by in quantities for different weapons.
I grab my cane and I put it on the table. I would also like this silver too.
The cane.
I pull it apart.
Oh,
The blade.
okay. I see them.
Sorry, the blade portion. I would like to have that silvered as well. I don't want to silver my current saber.
All right then.
Other
Is
than-
that all?
Yes, that would cover everything.
Okay. Well, we require payments up front.
Yes, how much for everything?
Let's see. What did you? Did you want any of the weapons to be magical?
Yes, the longsword.
So what? You're looking for what?
I was thinking
What are
just
you looking for?
just +1.
Just a +1?
I wasn't thinking anything else past that, unless
Okay.
but since you're here, is there anything else you wanted on top of it?
Oh, I'm not there.
He's not there. It's a
Oh
gift.
God! Wait, I have a yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
it's a
Wait,
gift.
hang on. Do I
You
still?
went by yourself.
Yeah. Do I still? Who has the sending stone?
He does it. He's asleep.
Yeah.
That's a gift. I don't care. Just a +1 will be fine.
No fireball? No fire?
No fireball. I mean, what you really want is you want it to give you an additional
Fireball?
D8's worth of hit dice. No, you need lifesteal on it. What you need.
Yeah.
Those are true statements. Protection from self-harm.
Yeah, right.
That'd be the greatest thing ever.
You know, they obviously can make magic weapons and stuff and imbue them with magical properties, which also assumes that they probably sell magical weapons
Yeah, well, I'll
as
just.
well. So, is there anything in particular you're looking for?
Shit, let's just.
Then you guys should ask.
Yeah.
Or you should ask.
It's a little meta, but
Yeah, that's. Long story, it might be easier just to do all the shopping now and say we communicated about it a little bit beforehand.
they're not my main weapons though, so I don't go overboard.
I was thinking just a +1s for your your
Falcata.
Falcata. Just keep it simple, keep it clean. If you ever need to, you get some extra to chance.
That's pretty
Silver whip.
or either that or like some fire damage.
Oh dear, hold up. What is this? No, I don't want to. I like my sword. I don't need another sword. I keep going for like rapiers, and I'm like, I need. No, I don't. I have an awesome magical weapon. Be happy with what you have.
Throw some fire damage on it would be cool.
Can you guys?
Huh.
Can you
Must have
add?
lost that.
Can you add magical effects to magical weapons?
I mean, imbue them.
Yeah, yes.
Yes, we do. We have several wizards who commission through the
I pull
through the
out.
store.
I pull out Tally's Revelry. What could you add to this?
It's already imbued.
It's pretty badass. That's why I don't know if you can
What
add
does it
to
do?
I'm just gonna fucking post it.
What is it?
It is called Tally's Revelry. It's designed for a bard. It allows magics to be a little bit more damaging when it comes to our insults, and it gives me it increases my ability to hit. It's mastercrafted. I believe that's about it. Yeah, and it allows me to bestow health to my party, to the party members, using its command phrase.
Well, I am only an apprentice smith, so there's nothing that I can do about it. Something like this is especially rare, though, and the weapon seems to have multiple magical properties already at work. Adding anything else to this could unbalance the work that was done by another wizard.
Yep, it's good. Don't want to mess with it. It works wonders.
Adding too much magic to items or changing their properties could cause things like curses to manifest.
I like my luck, but not that much. I think I'll keep it the way it is. And I'll have that longsword. Was there any other like magical longsword you want? Yes, I would like just the longsword to be a +1. Sorry, not +1. To be a magical longsword.
Okay.
No other real properties needed.
All right.
Sword of life
So,
stealing.
how many silver weapons then are we talking in total here?
Two Falcutta, thank you so much. Falcutta, make those +1s. The longsword a +1 unless you can give it the ability to drain the life of its enemies as it hits.
So, a sword of life stealing?
If that can be done, yes.
Okay.
Man, how much money is this going to rack
We're
up?
gonna cross that bridge. And I believe in one silver, you can just make this the cane blade a silver blade. No need to make it a.
Any repairs to weapons? Also, apparently, I need the weapons brought to us so we can begin work. If you already have them.
I will have the two falcutta brought to you.
Flesh cutter.
Flesh cutters brought to you. My cane is here now. Tally's rovely is well kept. My armor is quite well. I'll take the breastplate off and do the measurements today. I don't think there was anything else my party needed. I can double check when I go back to the inn.
Okay,
But-
that's all?
Yes.
In total, what I can see in work and time, let's see, +1 weapon, 2,500 gold, measurements for the parts for the half plate, that'll add about another 700 gold on top of that. The silver weapons comes to about a total of another 2,000 gold pieces.
The dog agrees.
Wow.
We got that.
Yeah, we do. I also hate spending money.
So altogether, about, what did I say? She looks through the tally, so it's 5,000 gold.
That's 50 or 500 platinum.
500.
500.
All right. Yeah, that seems good with me.
All right, payment up front, please.
I give her 200 platinum and the rest in gold. Actually,
Probably the rest in silver.
I was gonna say, what if I can give you a lot of the silver you need to silver the weapons?
Well, I mean, it would... If it's being smelted down from coins aren't pure silver, so some of it would work, but I can't guarantee the purity. Silver, if you're planning on dealing with supernatural enemies that are, which is why I assume you need silver weapons for, it needs to be pure and it needs to be blessed in some
Perfect.
way.
I'll just give you the coin value then. I don't want to risk coin and the silver, so I pull out 200. We'll do 250 platinum and then the rest in gold.
Alright, well, just stand here for a moment. We're going to have someone come out, count the coins. We're going to weigh them and make sure everything is above board then. And she pulls up this big old scale, boom, and sets it on the countertop. And she calls, and another halfling comes over, and kind of you hear him pull this step ladder thing, and kind of climbs up there, and they start counting it out and putting it on the scale and weighing it, and then marking it. And
I feel like I just keep pulling stacks.
after about 15 minutes or so, they accomplish it. Oh, well, everything is very good then. What name is this going to be under then?
Theolin.
All right. Well, if you proceed over to that area, they're going to one of the associates will measure you and get the measurements in. We'll find the replacement parts for your half plate.
Perfect.
Have a wonderful day.
surprised you didn't have the Guardians of the Veil engraved on everything.
I wanted to.
So as you step away, this couple of elves come up and they put bow and on the counter, and you just happen to notice they have this very white hair, dressed in this like kind of brown and green robes and colors. Very much though, the style of armor and ornate style of it reminds you of like high elven craftsmanship of some sort. But they themselves don't look like moon elves. They look more like blood elves. By the way, so they have a conversation with them. You will go over, and the halfling climbs up, does the measurements, runs on the inside, and like 20 minutes later, she comes back and shows you various pieces of armor for replacement parts, some that match in style to the color and tint on the armor that you already have. And this will work for you.
Perfect.
All right. By the end of the day, we should have this done, all of it together. Assuming that you bring us the weapons that are apparently put on order.
Yes, we will have those. I will have someone take them from the inn to here when I get back. It shouldn't take too long.
Okay. All right then, we can have it done.
Perfect. I appreciate all your time.
All right.
Oh God. Yes, I leave. But elves don't like other blood elves that are half elves and bastards. I'm gonna leave now and not start shit.
Okay.
I keep glancing at them before I leave, though, and then I leave.
They don't seem to pay you any mind.
Uh-huh. I head back to the inn.
All right. So you guys arrive at the inn to find that everything is kind of normal, nothing out of the ordinary.
I have been enjoying a nice quiet day.
Yeah.
Unless Solus has something to say, work starts tomorrow.
Oh, don't let me ruin your quiet day.
Oh, I don't plan to. Second bottle of wine.
Yeah, got the number. Give you inspiration.
I feel like you have something to say to me, dwarf.
Well, me thinks you went a little overboard last time.
Oh, the drink?
Aye.
I do that sometimes.
Me thinks you should keep a level head. Otherwise, you ended up dead like Hargraves is at the moment.
That's why it's wine instead of rum tonight.
Well, me thinks you know yourself better than me does. So
Sometimes you just need to... That's why today's a quiet day, if you understand.
aye, that it is.
So, have you made a decision on that armor yet?
Yeah, it's
You've been wandering around a bit.
I mean, it's just me's going to help finish what me said me would do, because me word is me law. Then me is purchasing a ship and wiping my hands of everything. Maybe me will start a church of Parathor somewhere and be a better devoted follower.
What? Good. You're gonna have to put it on, you know. We're walking into the fire, so to speak.
Me sees no reason to put it on at the moment.
Maybe just to make sure it still fits. Feel how it feels. Pick up the hammer, swing it a bit.
It fits when I put it on. If it's going to fit me again, it will fit if I need it. But for the moment, me does not need it, nor does me see a reason for me to put it on.
Okay. Take a sip of the wine. We'll wait for the others. Theolin was eager to get some weapons, so we'll see what he comes home with.
By the way, the sort of life stealing, was that gonna be ready by tonight?
Oh, I didn't even put that in the price.
He just did a +1.
Well, We'll start. I can.
Hold on. We can retroact. We'll
Yeah.
just do it. It's fine.
It only took 20% of our gold to purchase that.
Yeah.
Only.
We that's the kind of thing you use.
I know. That's why I was like, let's get a sword of life stealing for the guy who needs it more than anyone else.
It's gonna be 5,000 for the Sword of Life Steal.
And how much should I spend on the +1 longsword now with silvered?
It's just another 5,000.
Oh, just another 5?
Yeah.
Fine.
40%.
Okay, it took 40% of our gold.
That's fine.
All right, Jesus. My soul hurts.
More like our party.
That's the
wow.
party gold. Everybody should have some personal gold.
Yeah,
We're
everyone.
desperate here.
Solos has all of his gold.
Yeah, Solas has all of his because he wants to buy a ship.
That's true.
So after spending a day, you do end up making contact with Jagged Daggers through various locations using Thieves' Cant to kind of narrow down the contacts. You find out where they're located, but you're told that you need an introduction from somebody, basically like a sponsor
Okay.
from a more seasoned thief, in order to get in the door.
Darn.
Let me locate that real quick for you. It is on Prentice Street. It's a large house, very unassuming. Has basically a couple of torn banners on the front for Rivergate. You're supposed to knock 2 times fast, followed by 2 times slow, in order to get in the front door.
But I can't get in without
A sponsor.
a sponsor. Sasha. Stop it. Gotta get me a sponsor. What time of day is it now?
At this point in time, it's like midday, just after midday.
I'm gonna find me a sponsor.
I'm alcohol.
Yeah, how do you want to do that? And like, how much time do you want to like dedicate to doing that?
I want to spend 4 hours trying to find a sponsor. I'm going to go around, find the baddest of baddest. Because I don't think I can just go out and ask for a sponsor.
You're right, you can't.
Yeah. So maybe I need to do some stealing. Get someone's attention. Do it in the most crafty way. It's my game plan.
Yeah, I feel like she's trying to rep her brand.
Alright, so just to clarify, to get in the door, you need a sponsor.
Yes.
But that doesn't mean that you can't get in contact with them without, like,
So I can still go to the door?
no, you can't. You cannot get through the door without a sponsor from the Thieves Guild, basically. Someone
Okay.
to vouch for you.
Okay.
But you found out where they are and how to get in contact with them.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm going to snoop. So I'll wait by the door.
You're just going to stand in front of the Thieves Guild?
Not in front of these girls, just close by. I'm going to see if I can see someone approaching it and inquire with them.
Okay.
Are you looking for a big girl?
So, after about 40 minutes or so, trying to observe this building from a little bit of ways, eventually, about 5 or 6 town's guard come up to you. I see you standing there. And there's a couple of large, rough-looking humans and a couple of dwarves. You know, they come up to you. One of the first guy approaches you. Hey, what are you doing?
Just chilling.
You can't just stand here.
Why
Get
can't
a move on.
Why can't I stand here?
Because I said so.
I take one step over.
You know what I mean. If you want to end up in the dungeons underneath the keep, you can keep this up. We'll take you in. Get a move on. You've been standing here for how long now? You're bothering people.
1 minute.
That's not true at all. You're lying to me.
Oh, yes.
So I walk on by. So I walk past them.
They follow you.
Okay. I go to another pole.
Oh, yes.
So this time they get like right on top of you. It's like, I'm not going to tell you again.
Where do you
We're
want?
paid to make sure people like you don't stand nearby. Do you get my drift? Where I'm coming from?
You mean tabaxi?
People have noticed you standing around here. This turf belongs to someone else.
Oh.
Then maybe I should talk to the person on the turf.
Maybe you should, but you're not doing it from here.
Where do I go?
You go away, like I told you to. Get a move on, or we will rough you up. And you can see that most of them have short swords, but they also have like bludgeoning devices, and a couple of them have like some nasty nicks and scars, and what looks like blood streaks and stains on them.
Yeah, boss.
Is there any two for this in there?
Like one or two of them have these like clubs that have like metal ball bearings. It seems like embedded inside the.
Okay.
Once we bump her on the head, boss.
So I walk off.
Yeah, they keep following.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So how
So
far are
you
they
staying
going?
behind? I don't know. Where are you going?
So I go down an alley.
Okay.
Are there any trash cans?
No, not really.
Okay. So I'll just keep walking. But when I turn a corner, I want to jump up on the roof.
Okay. Make a stealth check.
Will do. Get these fuckers off.
When you get very confident, that's when the rolls are the best. Actually, that's just a solid roll. Fair enough.
25.
25? Oh yeah, you just jump up. They come around the corner, looking for you.
I say
And
problem.
then you hear him when the guy turns on him. He's like, looks like she's gone. You know, all right, fine. Get back to our patrol then. We just turn around and go back around the alley.
I wait till they're gone.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Then I go back down.
Okay.
Go back to my spot.
Oh no!
But instead of just sticking around for a bit,
Oh no, don't get roughed up.
Get roughed up.
I'm gonna walk to the door.
Good.
Calm down, Bob.
Yeah.
Your voice makes it so much worse.
I ain't afraid of the law.
What voice?
You're not the law.
They're not the law. They're just guys with big sticks.
I am the law.
I am the law.
What evil lives?
So what are you doing? You're just going to go back and stand over there?
No, I said I'm gonna go up to the door this time.
Okay, so you go up to the door.
Please stop.
So you're standing there at the door.
There
What do you do?
was Moomy, your ultimate enemy, the door.
In a world gone mad.
One could say it's a barrier she might never overcome.
The voice does make it better.
It does. It does.
Like a movie voice.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
the voice I'm gonna imagine for hard drives from now on.
Yeah.
It works real
The
good.
one
We
thing
don't.
he was
So
told
when I go up to the
monsters.
door,
I
I'm
have
just
a
gonna
rejection
look
of
left.
times.
I'm gonna look right, and then I'm gonna quickly scribble down something.
What is she
It
writing?
said sponsor, meet me in alleyway. This way.
Seems she wants to
Okay.
make a dark deal in an alleyway.
We've been down this path before with her. This is
We
great.
have, and it
So-
does not end well.
So after that, I just like
Okay.
right there. Just walk off to the alleyway.
Back to the alley.
Yeah.
Okay. How long are you
you?
gonna wait there?
We'll wait there 2 hours.
Okay, you wait 2 hours and nobody shows up.
There she was, left in the dark,
Oh,
alone in the alleyway, nothing but her thoughts.
Cross my hands.
Crossing
gotta
her
be a
hands
way.
in disappointment.
Gotta get sponsored. Then I yell, I need a sponsor!
It was at that
Your
time.
voice kind of echoes through the alleyway. A couple of people open up nearby windows and look down. They see you and they just close it.
It was in that moment Moomy knew she had a problem.
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
There's meetings for that.
The first step is acknowledging you have a problem in the first place.
That problem.
Fucking
Doors.
voice actor. Okay, out of character. How do I get a sponsor?
Good job.
Normally they're met in the meetings. Normally it's someone with like a 90-day coin or something.
Why do you know that?
Don't ask questions.
I have problem, dog problem.
I was troubled as a boy.
I was troubled.
I love Malaka's response. Excuse me, Mr. DM. How do I win D&D? That's what Amanda sounded like.
Just in general.
Yeah, I
How
know
do
just
you
the
get a
general thing.
sponsor?
How in general do you win D&D?
Yeah.
You just roll this handy dandy little D20 and make a history check.
It was at that time Moomy broke the fourth wall.
Yeah.
But she still can't
History check.
overcome the door.
It's been a while since
God.
she's been
God, Cat Lord.
I have 5. Please tell me.
Please tell me.
Basically, what you have to do is you have to get in contact with the Thieves Guild. You have to do a job. You have to find a job and then basically prove that you can get the work done. And then normally somebody will come to you and
Okay.
take you in
Okay.
because you have to basically pay to do work in the city. So they're going to expect their cut, and the sponsor guarantees that.
But I still need
It's
to
not
make.
a sponsor in the traditional sense of like. You
Well, I
know,
still
they're
need
like
to
this
get-
person has money and they can pay to do work.
But I still need
work
to
in the
get
city.
into the Thieves Guild.
That's how you get getting in is different than getting into contact with them. You realize that, right?
Oh. Okay, so I go back up to the door.
Okay,
Once
you go
again,
back up to the
faced
door.
Their old enemy. Hoping her secret knock will allow her entrance.
And so as you knock on the door, like the door opens a little bit, and there's this dude just standing there, this like kind of thin dude, doesn't seem to be wearing any weapons or any kind of, but just normal regular street attire for a commoner. Just like, yeah, what can I do for you?
Looking for work.
Well, you can go down to the port for that if you want, and he just closes the door.
Dumbstruck.
I just don't know what to do. Guys.
The guys aren't there.
But we are at the tavern.
But they are at the tavern.
Boss used to be a cop.
Corrupt cop.
Don't worry. Well, it's not even corrupt when everyone does it. It's
Yeah.
just a cop.
There's a reason he's an alcoholic. He used to live by the badge, but his morals have been corrupted.
Now he lives outside the law, going to extreme measures to find justice.
Well,
But he gets results with
Oh.
his sidekick, Sola Student Editor.
Baby legs.
Baby legs.
oh my god.
Baby legs and regular legs.
Oh, that's awesome.
Okay. Feeling hopeless. Feeling hopeless.
Epic announcer voice narrator for D&D Shenanigans is an aesthetic I didn't know I needed.
Feeling hopeless.
Uh-huh.
And we'll go back to the group.
Okay.
Feeling
Maybe.
hopeless, she heads back to the group, back to the inn.
So,
I don't know if I'll get tired of this.
I don't think I will.
as we come kind of into the end of the day and the evening,
It's ridiculous.
you get the weapons, the armor gets back to you, pick it up.
The sword?
Yeah, all of it.
Ooh, I want to present that. I want to walk up to personally to Hargraves to give that one.
Hargraves wakes up after a long dog nap.
What is it?
I want to give you something.
Okay.
I'm a little drunk, so
I pull out
it's a
a
sword.
cloth. It's a rather large cloth. I put it on the counter. So, I understand you've been with us for a while, and we've all been through the thick and thin. And I think of you as a friend, and I want to give you something important to you. And you've been bitching about your silvered sword being gone.
It's kind of a big deal.
So at that call, I just flip open the clean cloth. Giant sword. What's it look like? Or can I just make this up?
I'm sorry, what?
What's it look like? Or can I just roll
What
with
sword?
this?
What the heck?
Can I just roll with it?
Is that a farm
Like
noise?
his sword?
Yeah.
Just looks like a normal sword. There's nothing special about it. You didn't ask for anything special.
That's fair. I flow it open.
That's so much better than some gaudy.
Shh! You stay in your corner, drunk boss.
It has
Speaking
kind
of drunk
of
boss, ruins your reveal.
like a standard like diamond shape or sort of diamondish like pommel, and it has just a standard like brass cross guard. It's kind of large. Comes with two like circles on the end, two spheres, and then it's just a standard two-handed grip. Looks like it's well made, wrapped in leather. You can see the silvering on the very edges of the blade sharpened in, and kind of pick up the hints of it inside the metal. But it looks like it's just well-made steel.
And I hand the sword and I pull the blade out. I give you your silvered sword, and I know that your curses cost you more than you would like to admit. So I got you something that can reap a little bit back.
I'm gonna take the sword in my hand. Wow. I can barely talk. Wow, this is really impressive. I
It's
appreciate it.
it's a sword of life stealing.
Wow, really?
Mm-hmm.
I thought you were getting him the +1 weapon. I'm confused.
Hi, Great Paladin.
It's a +1 sword of life steal. Wow.
Well, I mean, you paid for both swords.
Well, I meant to.
So yeah, it's a +1 sword of life steal.
Yeah, it's
Well-
+1 sword of life stealing now at this
I
point.
mean,
Yeah,
swords of
let's-
life stealing aren't +1 though. They're
Can-
just swords of life
Can they
stealing.
become +1s?
No.
Oh.
Well, shit. Well, I meant to only get a sort of life stealing that was silvered if possible.
Well, now your cane is a +1.
I didn't want to spend it on me. I have a sword. I want to give it to someone else.
Well, I have
You pay for both.
I know, but I spent gold on this shit. Well, I guess I'll take it then, since no one had. Well, you know what? No, you have a silvered sword of life stealing.
What do I have here,
Yeah.
Theolin?
So that is
Well,
the
that's,
first one.
It's overkill is what I'm saying. You don't need to silver a magical weapon.
Oh,
but it's
Oh.
cool.
well, yeah.
But it
Then
is
I meant to just do the sword of life stealing and not the +1
It's
silver.
one or the other.
Yeah.
Creatures like that are susceptible to magical weapons, and hitting them with silver doesn't do any more damage than doing a magical weapon does.
Just
It just means it doesn't have to be magical if it's silvered.
Oh, well then I just want a sort of a sort of
We
life
already
stealing.
paid for all of it, so
Fuck. So
Too
yeah.
late.
So I hand you the first sword. And I was like, that is the sword. That's not a sword of life stealing. That's a +1 silvered sword.
Mhm.
And because I know how you like to lose your silvered sword.
Great Paladin.
So that's an
Oh,
fuck
hey, Great
moment.
Paladin, how's it going, man? Thank you so much for checking
That
in,
is
seeing
your-
what's going on,
That is your fuck moment.
getting over our
This.
holiday.
As I pull
Moments.
out another sword.
You just show up to my room with gifts and lots of gifts.
And I give you a sword of life stealing.
Wow. I don't even know what to say. Because I can barely talk.
You start by throwing out the mush on the floor. And I leave.
Okay. It's a nice scabbard too. It's like a dark leather with like these gold buttons that go around the top.
I run my finger along the blade just to verify the purity and the
it's sharp. It cuts
silverness.
you. You can feel it immediately going to work.
Oh,
Almost like a
fuck.
sepsis in your finger.
Well,
That's gonna stink for a while.
dude sure knows how to shop, that's for sure. I'm gonna get up, start getting ready for the day.
Okay. So downstairs, there's they have a group of musicians playing, and the Ghost Ship Inn is actually pretty busy today. There's almost all the tables are filled, and it's pretty rowdy tonight. But you guys found yourselves a spot and ordered yourself some drinks and are hanging out.
Just chilling.
Kind of flipping around and flourishing my new silver falcata.
All of us are in the corner with our silver one. Yay!
Yeah!
I have my new armor. What's happening?
How's everyone else doing? I know I've been out of it this morning.
It's
You all
been.
have a productive day. You go talk to that monster hunter guy, or that scholar.
Anselm, yes.
And some.
Is there any kind of plan? You hear about Theolin's sister or whatever?
We have an idea what we need to do. She's currently looking in the city, to our understanding, with the help of a vampire hunter or a vampire.
for a vampire.
Actual vampire.
Nichols.
She's using the help of
Nickel.
No, Nikolai. Nikolai, a famed vampire hunter in the region. And we have a couple extra jobs to do to help the gentleman who gave her information, and hopefully help look
That's Ansem, right?
Ansel, yes. We need to capture a sapling? No, it's not sapling. It's a
Twig.
twig blight alive and a
Blighted rat.
blighted rat.
You're sure that alive?
He asked specifically for alive because whatever he does to them kills them, but he gains all he needs from them.
Well, that's a pain in the ass.
Agreed.
Did they give any details? Any places to go? Where these creatures are
The sewer.
specifically?
He did give us locations of where they are. When it comes to capturing them, I reach into my bag of holding and pull out rope. I have rope.
Well, that'll probably help with the twig blight at least. I don't know about tying up a rat.
No, that's what you're here for.
Did he say?
You're down at, with us, right? Now?
Yes. Now you're
Are you that drunk?
What?
Yes.
No, that was out of character.
No.
Oh.
They moved down to us.
If you had an accent, I'd no.
Hey.
But yes, so if we capture those two,
Accents are hard, and I let's just say
we're all friends at the table. We love you. But
We do. We love you hard.
no, put the voice away. You're using it for bad deeds now.
No, I'm not. I'm using it for my character.
You're abusing your power now.
I have no power.
You were
Continue,
given-
Mike.
You have no power.
No, I don't. Continue. Those were the two things we were supposed to do, and then we were told we probably won't be able to find Kacey. I'm reaching out to see if I can find anything from my contacts, and I presume Lumi will be appearing here shortly.
So hold on. What is capturing these creatures going to do for us?
They're both things that have appeared right when Kacey showed up, and the gentleman Anselms believes they might be connected to the vampire. So he asked for us to investigate it, and we offered, because we'll have Voss and Solas investigating the disappearance of the less fortunate, the homeless.
You guys aren't going to come down and help us round up some twigs?
no.
Well, that is a bigger pain in the ass. I see why you tried to bribe me earlier.
No. Those were honest. If you don't want to do this, you don't have to. I gave those to you because you're my friend and you need them.
What about you, Alfarius?
I almost just responded with, whoa.
Whoa, bro.
Are you gonna come join the adventure?
I'm sure he could help you capture some.
It sounds like you might need some help capturing the little buggers. I'd be good to go down and help with that.
Alfarius.
Good enough. It's close.
Yes?
Yes.
I don't know if he can do all the heavy lifting without the big dragonborn leader that this party needs.
Did Ansem say what those rats, they're rabid? Or what?
They don't have rabies.
I believe he said something about them being blighted. That was it. After,
Blinded.
Infected.
I stopped paying attention after that.
Alright. So I'm assuming you guys want to tackle all this tonight.
I mean, sure.
Is it better to go at
And I
night?
take a drink.
I mean,
I don't know how rats tend to be nocturnal.
How about twigs?
The twig blights, they're probably active at any time.
so you've had a good day's nap, so you just want to go now?
I don't know, I'm asking you guys because you've been
I,
up all day.
I've been
It's still,
shopping.
it's still early in the evening. It's like just the sun is just barely starting to really get set towards setting.
Oh.
So if you want to just go knock this out right away.
I have new armor, silvered weapons. I am content to go out.
No, I'm
and
not gonna lie, I'm used to just killing evil shit. No,
it's a
I'm not-
challenge for you. Just
I don't really capture things alive.
hit it with the blunt side.
I know how to fight. Just saying.
It'll be a struggle for both of us. Because I have no idea what these creatures are. And I don't know how to take them unkilled.
Well, I just said you knew where the creatures were.
I know where they are, but I've never heard of them.
Never heard of a rat.
Not a blighted one. I don't know what that means.
I feel like I'm missing something. Oh. Anyway. Yeah. I'm ready as anything. Freaking. I was going to drop those heads off, but I left my notes at home, so I don't have the street anymore. I'll have to do it next week. If I'm alive.
Alright.
Well, methinks if you're going to go handle some rats, probably you should head out sooner rather than later. There may be news around town as to where they are.
Yes.
Well, I thought you said you knew where they were.
He gave me, Anselm told me where the rats and the twigs might be, where the activity is.
Mostly here in the lower district.
Yes.
Okay, it sounds simple enough.
Ask around, find out what the problem is, and go solve it.
Why ask around?
Yeah.
Into the sewer.
Start with the rat. Into the sewer we go. No, I'm taking off my necklace.
Out of character, wasn't there like some inn or something that had been overrun by rats?
Yes.
Maybe a
Do you have
brothel.
map?
It was a brothel. It was the red
The red dress. or
red
something?
dress brothel.
And doesn't he have a map where he can
does.
point us in the right direction?
That's what I'm sat over here like.
Yes.
Type.
Yes. So for the rats, we have a good lead on the red dress brothel. It's a little brothel that's being overrun with rats.
Yeah. Well,
And when it comes to finding where we need to go, I point at us. He has what we need.
Hmm?
Map.
Oh, yeah.
Map.
I reach in my bag, pull out the map,
Ham.
hand it to you.
It's a map.
Good luck.
Okay, where's the red brothel?
Da-na-na-na.
Oh my god! I just looked down at the bottom right corner. Oh, I see the map. No,
This is a map of the dungeon. You access it by hitting Z on the controller.
dink. Yes. So we're here, and we need to go to the red dress brothel. So it's a little bit of a ways, but we should be fine.
I'm down.
all right, well, let's go do that.
All right, to the brothel.
Are you sure you don't want to come?
To brothel.
It's
Oh,
over.
I don't know if it's running.
Brothel rats.
It's probably just where the brothel is. They probably shut down.
Remember, trust nobody.
Maybe.
People don't like getting frisky and then getting a little nip from something they're not really consenting to.
That's what you say.
That's why rats get nipky.
This
Nipkey.
nippy.
Nippy.
Alright. The establishment owner might thank ye.
Personally.
It's probably true.
Typically old men own them, but that does seem nice, I suppose.
I mean, what else are you doing this fine evening?
Old men are nice.
Well, then you can take the bottle with you. And then you can go drinking and killing.
In a comfortable bed, not getting...
Look, how are you going to guarantee you're going to get your map back? Because methinks this one does not remember many things sometimes.
A solid point. Give me the map.
I have a lot of things going on up here. Sometimes
That's the
one
problem.
leaves and others stay.
Okay, well, you all have fun. Me's going to go down to the docks and talk.
Oh,
Hey, there's no need for 6 of us to go down there. Sewers and
They're-
brothels, cramped places.
Maybe they're big rats.
Oh, you can't handle some big rats.
Maybe not. Maybe I need my cleric to help me.
We
Maybe
can't,
Perithor's light needs to protect me in this dark place.
we can't
I don't
always
think that
pretend.
Solus is a cleric anymore.
What?
We
All
can't.
right. Life choices. Really?
God damn it.
Have you been
No,
oblivious
okay.
to his mood and attitude? And
Don't worry, a dwarf without his pride is a liability anyway.
All right, I'm going with the Goliath.
Let's go. I get up from the table and I walk out. Heading towards this red dress brothel.
As the gang leaves.
The gang was this. It's always
I
sunny.
do stand and look, after he walks away, I look at Solus and go, he's not wrong.
Sauce doesn't say anything.
Remember, Cat Lord.
Remember,
Cat Lord.
Lumi has now been quoted saying, "Old men are nice."
They're nice.
No,
They're nice.
you don't get it.
Nine.
They'd get candy.
And a van.
They let me drive it.
They're a little handsy, but at the end of the day, they're harmless.
Whoa.
He would never hurt a fly.
Except for that one fly, but that was just that one time.
Just that one time.
And deserved it.
Blaming the victim now, I see.
Fine. I guess we're going to a brothel.
We're going to the brothel.
Oh, rats.
Going to
Rat
roast some
brothel.
rats out of the brothel. And I'm talking about like rodents, not the men rats.
Yeah, you never know. It might be infected woman rats
Ew.
in the brothel.
Gross.
I don't know why, but all I see is frickin' Skaven from Warhammer.
In a red dress.
Yeah, and it's a very unpleasant image in my brain right now.
Dylan would appreciate it.
It's
They
like,
probably have boogery noses because they're infected or whatever, blighted. They got the sickness.
Great Paladin, next time you get a Skaven model, just paint with a red dress.
Pretty
Red
and
dress.
red.
Can you 3D print one? You know, just a rat in a dress.
So we have to fight it.
I don't know about a dress.
Her name is Natasha.
No, it's Karen.
Susan.
From accounting.
She's fallen on hard times.
That's the Matrix. Did you see the Skaven with the red dress? Yeah, I thought so. You were distracted.
So, you guys look on the map and find out based on the quarter in the district, like the map doesn't have like everything labeled, but you find the basic direction, and after talking to a couple of individuals on the street, they eventually point you in the right direction. You end up seeing a large 3-story tiled roofed, kind of has like a. The building itself seems to be like it's kind of in an L shape, and it has kind of a wide front yard with it's fenced in on its own with like those spike toppers on the ends, and you can see like there's like a garden and a nice little fountain, and there's like a gazebo out there. You can see that there's several individuals already at the gazebo standing there having a conversation, a couple of ladies and a couple of gentlemen. When you approach the gate's unlocked. You just pull it and open. You take this nice, like, well-cut, like, straight, these tall hedges on either side of you. Like, the night air just kind of going over. And you can already pick up, like, these very pleasant, like, lavender flower smells coming from the nearby garden. And the fresh water coming out of the fountain. And even a little bit of, like, light misting coming
So
through
this
the
isn't
hedges.
this isn't on the worse side of town. This is
Yeah, it's in the lower district.
Oh, it's in the lower, like,
Yeah.
okay, it's just stands out on its own kind of
Yeah.
thing. It's being
No,
nice.
I mean it's small. Aside from its small front yard, the buildings all right next to it are all just like dilapidated and falling
Really?
apart. And there's tons
Okay.
of people
I
here
can
on the
see where
street.
all the workmen's monies go.
The building is made out of like a straight, nice, very nice, but kind of old, worn timber. It has like a light reddish hue to it. As you approach the front door, you can hear laughter and music playing on the inside.
Oh, it's the operation.
Yeah, you open up the front, and you see a large room in the second story up above with these all these very nice like red rugs on the floor for you to walk in immediately, trimmed on the edges. You see immediately a large circular round table with like olives and fruits and various finger eating foods, and this beautiful round table with a large circular like booth like chair or couch that runs around the outside of it, and sitting there are about seven prostitutes, just talking to each other, and they see you and they kind of wave. They have fans. Most of them aren't really dressed all the way, like very revealing negligee. You see about 6 or 7 other gentlemen standing in the lobby having conversations. You see kind of a circular half-moon bar around a large central like square column. Everything is like red and running red. The rugs that go up the stairs in this wide circular banister that goes all the way up, or a staircase with this very intricate like mahogany wood banisters around the outside, and these wide overhanging chandeliers, and everything all along the banister, like draping down from it, are these like kind of scarlet drapings and tapestries that kind of go all the way down to the floor. Past that, like the tapestries, you can see individuals sitting at their own tables and booths with the various patrons and lady workers. There's even seems to be a bunch of like candles sitting on the floor, kind of running up the stairs, like on either side, like 1 or 2, kind of intermittent on each of the stairs going up. You smell like fine wine and relaxing scents, and the music is very low and quiet. It seems stringed, probably violins, and you think you pick up the distinct sound of a piano, maybe further down somewhere else. There's potted plants, large and green, lush, probably well taken care of. They don't seem like they're native, probably imported from somewhere else. You get the sense and feeling that you've seen these somewhere else before. Like, they kind of remind you of plants from home.
Oh.
In their design from the jungles of Chulesh. Eventually, a lady comes over to you, an elven woman. And how may I help you today, gentlemen? We're looking for an evening of entertainment. Oh, and lady, I'm sorry.
Unfortunately, not
massages,
quite
companionship.
So we're actually here. We wanted to speak to. I guess do you kind of run the front of the shop?
I do at the moment, yes.
We're here about rumors of a pest problem.
So she kind of looks around. She's like, shh. Yes. Us and several other businesses regularly are being overrun in our cellars, and we have very expensive wine down there. And these rats breaking everything, getting into everything. Even in the customers' rooms, supposedly.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Are these are these rodents demonstrating any odd features aside from being a nuisance? We've heard of things like maybe they're blighted or diseased in some way.
I didn't really take much of a look the last time they were here. We kind of just did the best we could and closed up the doors and kept it quiet.
Well, we're here in hopes of helping with the situation. We're working with Anselms. He wanted a sample to try and rid the city of this situation.
Anselms.
He's a scholar. He studies these things, helps come up with solutions.
Well, whatever the case, get rid of them. You can take whatever you want. If you want to keep them, fine. I don't care. Neither does anybody. Or neither does the madame of the establishment. Just kill them indiscreetly if you can.
Yes, of course. Could you show us the way to your cellar? And I might want to borrow one of your potted plants.
Why?
It's more for the pot. I'm trying to take one of them back alive, and it's easier to contain.
I see. Can't I just give you a box, a crate?
Crate works.
Instead?
If you have some spare lying around, I was just going off what I saw.
I
An empty
I can't
keg,
really
maybe?
I can't really just give you one of the potted plants. This Sudanese craftsmanship.
No,
It's
fair
important.
enough. Yeah, you don't want to ruin anything expensive. Yeah, if you have a crate or an old keg.
We can get you an old keg probably from downstairs, one of the old ale barrels.
Excellent.
Absolutely perfect.
These are my companions. We're problem solvers. But yes, if you could just show us the way.
Okay, so she kind of closes off her gown and ties it around the front and just kind of takes you You go around the corner through the past the hanging tapestries and the kind of private area, and then she follows you down a long hallway past the kitchen, past probably a couple of storage rooms. The kitchen is actually really big and it's well stocked. But eventually you go down a set of stairs into like a sub-basement area, and there's a room stacked with like boxes and crates where she finds you an old like empty keg barrel. So I think this will do, right?
Oh yeah, this looks just right. Thanks. I appreciate it. I normally don't trap and contain things. Normally I just eradicate the problem, but if we're going to help anyone else, we need to get a look at these things, see what's really going on.
Anyway, so the door, it looks like it's made out of steel, and it has like a serious padlock on it. And she kind of pulls out this this key from like the sash on the side of her, part of her dress. It's like a really thick iron key. She goes over, hits it, clicks the lock, pulls the padlock off, and says, "Well, the wine cellars are down below. There's all in all about 5 rooms down below, plus a storing and staging area, and then the tasting room. So you should find them all down there. They're most active at this time of day."
Yeah, that's why we chose to come at this time. I'm assuming there's no clientele down there.
No, the clients don't come down here.
It's probably best if you close this up after we go down, make sure none of them get out while we're trying to...
They've been getting out on their own anyway, so the door hasn't stopped them.
Oh, yeah, okay. Alright, well, hopefully we'll be able to report back good news.
All right, then.
Okay. Come on, guys. I head down into the cellar.
Okay.
I'd follow.
I definitely go,
Down to
dude.
the sewer.
All right, so as you start descending the staircase, down below you hear the door close and you hear the latching of the lock.
Alright, let's start descending and getting lay of the room. It's dark down here, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty dark. It's lit by candles. They're kind of scattered about on sconces. It's very, very low light.
Oh, so they still keep it lit.
Yeah, there's you can see there's just nothing, just rack upon rack of wine, bottled wine, and you can see large barrels as well, like of stacks of like ale, kegs of like ale also stacked down there. There's books that you can see which look like to be like documenting the arrival of wines and shipment and bottles being sent out, plus costs and keeping track of everything down there. But there's also scattered like just hay, and you can see some of the crates have been broken into as well and are open, and there's definitely signs of rats being in here in the basement.
So we want to spread out.
Spread out and go looking, yes. That probably sounds like a good idea.
Well, they're infected.
Well, don't get bit.
Wouldn't it be
figure
better
these
to
are
go
like
together?
Well, aren't these kind of your natural enemies? Kind of thing.
No. My natural enemies are the Yanti.
Yeah, snakes, okay.
Alright, fair enough. So, apparently Lumi wants to stick together. I'm going to get out a torch.
Okay.
So I can see a little better, because I'm the only person here without dark vision.
Yeah, sounds good. And so you pull it out and just strike it, and it lights up. As soon as you do, and you kind of lift it, you start to realize that the flame starts kind of being pulled
In a draft.
in like a draft in the room.
Well, looks like we should head this way, and I start following the draft, keeping my eyes open for anything. I'm thinking because they're diseased, the light's not necessarily going to scare them away. They tend to go a little crazy. Naturally, they should want to run, but with some sort of light or disease, who knows how they'll react. They might just attack us because of the light. But seems like something's up here. Keep your eyes out. They might dart into the darkness trying to hide from us. I follow that pull.
Marching order?
I guess I'll
What
be
was
in
the
front.
marching order?
I'll take the rear.
I'll be in the middle.
front middle or back middle?
Back middle.
Back middle. So me, Lumi, Theolin, Solos.
Okay.
That's boss.
That's
Where are you
boss.
putting all
Various.
Therius?
Sorry.
What about all Therius?
He stayed with
Pro-
you.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah?
stayed with you.
Yeah. Stay there.
Just trying to give you some light.
Dylan can regret it next week.
Make him regret it next week. One paladin, one mission.
Bring the light.
Bring the light to the heart of Solas. Anyway, yeah, I follow.
Okay.
I lead the way.
Okay.
The way.
So as you kind of move through the keg barrels and the wine racks and looking around, you can hear after a few minutes the sounds of the chittering of rats. Probably dozens of them at a minimum. You can hear them running around, just kind of always staying in the shadows, just out of sight around corners. You stop to look and swear that you see them there, but they've kind of moved. Every once in a while you see like the glinting of the eyes in dark corners from the light of torches and candles kind of bouncing off of them, and all the while getting kind of like this feeling that like they're glaring at you. After checking most of the rooms and following the torch and the draft,
Damn people in their horseless carriages.
yeah,
Witchcraft.
Witchcraft.
Black magics.
you eventually follow it to like a stack of keg barrels against like a far wall on the outside of what looks like the tasting area. And they're kind of looking at it. You can see it looks like all the barrels have been stacked in front of what looks like a hole in the wall in some sort of attempt to like block it.
Dad, want to help me move these barrels?
Yes, absolutely.
And I'm assuming these barrels full?
Yeah, they're full.
Oh,
Full
yeah.
of rats.
Do you want to check inside, Lumi? You can pop the top.
I grab my dagger and I stab it.
The barrel?
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 Oh no.
Remember, they wanted us to preserve their highly valuable ales and
So
spirits.
what if there's rats in there?
That's what you pop the top for.
That's why you pop the top.
And you check on it like a normal person.
Good point.
And that's a lot.
So
Coming,
it
that says a lot
stab
coming from the bard.
Lumi, what are you doing? Oh, she stabs it.
As damage is done.
And I'm sure it
Okay.
leaks everywhere. Makes a
Yeah,
mess.
so you hit the top, and boom, you hear the dagger go in, and you just crack through one of the top seals, and it breaks. And then you look inside, and you smell like ale, like a strong smell of ale.
Looks fair.
Okay, so we move it to the side.
We move it close to Voss.
Boss, have at it. She already ruined it all. We move the other barrels. Clearing the path. We cleared the path.
We get ready for the rats.
The path through the darkness.
This hole in the wall. How big is it? Is it just
As you guys are trying to move them, it looks like it's about maybe 7 foot by 3 or 4 feet, something like that. It definitely looks like it's been kind of broken outwards, and you can see on the ground around the barrels like the remnants of like broken wall and parts, like brick, has fallen on the ground.
So, it looks like it was intentionally made from the other side, huh?
Yeah.
Maybe it's like a smuggling thing or something.
Does
Isn't this how people smuggle? So, I don't know.
No,
Isn't that crypting?
not really. A place like this doesn't need to go to something like that. They just pay the guards.
House of Sin? Something like that? Something that Lumi would probably know a lot about. But she's in the middle of another conversation or
So,
something. But anyway, Let's go. Let's go inside.
Just be careful of rats.
So I duck down and start entering
The tunnel is like just natural earth, right? It just goes into the ground under this place.
I don't know. You guys are still like moving the stuff, and this is just the observations that you've made like, as you're doing this.
Okay.
I need who's moving
I'm
because
moving.
there's like 7 of these cake barrels stepping.
I'm definitely assisting.
I'm weak.
We're all 3 doing it.
I'm weak sauce.
I am.
There's a lot of low strength characters at the table right now.
Yeah.
It's true.
I'm high strength and I double.
Well, there you go.
Because I'm a giant.
Because
A giant of a man. Literally.
Yeah, you could probably just pick them up.
Goliath.
Deeper.
I'm a Donkey Kong over here. Let go. All I need is a princess to steal.
And a plumber to come fight you.
Oh, I'd take a plumber any day.
He's a holy plumber.
Bloop, bloop.
No. You're gonna summon the demon.
No, we're not. It's fair use.
Fair use.
We're singing.
Baron. It's Baron.
So
Sure.
strength check then.
Do
Strength
it!
check.
Do it!
Just him?
Yeah, just him for.
You're
the
negative. That's fine.
Ooh.
Don't you
Ooh.
be lifting crap.
Athletics.
I'm
10.
Hero natural.
Wait, I have athletics.
All right, so you
Looks
get a
sharp.
hold of the first one, and you like pull it down, boom, on your shoulder, and you walk over, set it down. You go over to another one, pick it up, set it down, go over. Okay, check from you and you two now.
Uh-oh.
Ooh.
Oh, no.
Athletics?
Yep.
It actually helps me. Surprisingly. I'm okay with that. 12 on my end.
Not 12. Not 10.
Pick up a barrel.
Not 8.
Listen, I probably went over there, started lifting, and went.
And you just tilted it.
The question is here is what are we below 3?
No, but if you add 1, you're spot on.
Ooh, solid 2.
Good old
Solid 2. Go 4. Yeah, so you guys watch Voss go over, and he kind of like struggles and like looking at it, and he's like,
No.
Brain blast.
eventually he just like tries like hard as he can. He like lifts it, overcompensates, and just ends up like tossing it behind him, and just falls and just boom shatters on the ground, and just ale just spills out and just starts running all across the floor.
Oh, god damn it.
Solas might have been right. I might have had too much.
As that happens, you start to hear chittering of the rats
Oh shit.
in the room
Oh shite.
as
Bloody,
they start kind of coming out from all the dark corners
bloody hell.
all together
Bloody hell.
and start like swarming into the ale and like kind of just licking it and getting in it. And then you hear from behind the stack of barrels in the wall, you hear the sound of more. And it just gets louder and louder as the
blood?
chittering just starts becoming this loud cacophony of rats scampering and scattering into the room.
Are we gonna get rat waved?
Yes.
And then you start to hear them all scratching at the barrels and hitting the barrels. And they start to make their way through and burrowing their way, pushing through the creases and small spaces in between and coming out from behind them. And they start to all swarm together into this room. The floor around you is filled with these rats.
Rat.
And they're just all over you, running across your armor and your feet brushing up against your legs. Some of them start to scratch and try to climb on you. You start kicking at them, thrashing at them, like kicking them outward, sending them flying away from you. But they just keep coming. And then that's when you pick up the distinct, faint sound, Hargraves, some sort of low-pitched whistle.
Oh, you're hearing.
And then all the rats' eyes turn red, and they all turn to look at you. And as they begin to change and get larger, and you hear the cracking of bones and the shattering of spines and the twisting of flesh as they start to become disfigured and disformed, their jaws dislodging, becoming horrid. And their skin starts to come apart and rip off and fall apart, becoming decayed, corroded. As they start to jump on you, lash at you, and bite at you. And until next Friday.
Oh my god!
Is this Peter Piper Pika
Aren't we
Pika
glad we
Peppers?
left everybody behind?
Peter Piper.
The Pied Piper.
Yeah, the
Pied
Peter Piper.
The
No,
Pied Piper.
Peter Piper has nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
Isn't
this
there
is
like a
evil.
Piper that like
Yes, that's the Pied
Pied
Piper.
Pied Piper?
it's a
and he
Pied
summons
Piper.
and he summons rats.
I just want to thunderclap my way out of this situation.
He led the rest. He's a hero. This is not that.
Well, actually, he's
Peter
a hero,
Piper.
but he's also not because he did use that on children.
Well,
It just
don't worry
reminds-
about that part.
Yeah.
Just reminds me
It's
of
not what he
Del
did.
Toro
It's what he.
quest.
It's not what he had done.
You're
It's what he
focusing
did.
on the negative.
Yeah,
right?
you're focusing on the wrong thing, man.
He's like Deadpool. He's an anti-hero.
Well, it's like in Del Toro's quest. Like there's a snake that controls the city of rats. That's what it reminds me of. You
Okay.
guys don't know what that is.
That's actually that's a good comparison on that one.
What, do you know what Del Toro quest is?
Yeah, I watched the Pirate Quest.
Okay.
I watched off your recommendation.
It is a book. Show you.
So that just happened.
Yeah.
Peter Piper.
Aren't you glad you brought everybody?
Yeah, I'm so glad.
Yeah, dude. Oh my God, you described those rats, and I just kept going, no, please, no. And they claw you, no, please, no. You hear a whistle,
Piper.
oh fuck. They transform, not what I wanted.
Didn't I die? Horribly.
What are gonna?
We're
Oh
just
God. We thought we were great heroes, and then we died to rats.
I'm not gonna die.
Yeah.
Come on.
Rats.
You just got
Ha,
to armor.
ha,
Yeah.
That doesn't prevent
Rats.
a swarm of rats gnawing at my ankles.
There's
I like that old
there's no-
fairy scenario. Be like,
there's
well,
no
they died to
touch
rats.
attack
Yeah.
Mechanic, alright? You're fine.
That sucks.
No. We're gonna get a flute.
Unpossible.
Who has a
I just like
flute?
to point out you're not really in charge of that.
Unpossible. Can't die.
Impossible.
Unpossible.
Yeah.
Is it because you're a tiefling?
I don't know.
I mean, everyone here, I'm the one who can teleport.
I guess it's a good thing I'm not there. My first instinct would be fireball.
That's a good instinct when you're surrounded by that many rats.
And
Yeah.
there's liquor on the ground that may or may not be combustible.
Explosive?
Yep.
Be awesome.
It would hurt.
Yeah,
With,
remember how,
with other
Fire
barrels.
resistant.
remember how we're supposed to like preserve all their highly valuable
Stuff
stuff?
out the window with fireball.
Don't worry about that.
Hey, when there's that many rats, you panic.
Best to ask forgiveness.
Well, how many rats?
Hundreds.
Thousands. It's
You would
a
absolutely
sea of
panic.
rats.
Yeah.
Of mutating rats.
Yeah, they are
Yeah.
mutating. That's gross.
Yeah, when they start out normal, you start panicking, and then they start mutating. And then
Oh,
you
yeah.
really panic.
I was pretty good till they started like spine breaking
And their
flesh
jaws
falling
dislocating. And
The only thing I thought is we could use the rats as a method of transportation.
I don't think that'll work.
Surf the rats.
Surf the rats.
Rat surfing.
we should have brought out ferrets. Bro, watch me catch
You-
the sick rat and hard,
Have
bro.
you seen-
Oh.
Even if they are
New extreme
mutated rats,
sport.
they're not particularly like gigantic rats,
Yeah.
are they?
They became
If
bigger.
you step on one, it dies. I assume.
You don't know.
They've mutated, man.
Well, they're
I
mutated,
don't know.
like, how big of like a big rat?
I'm
is.
sorry,
Rat
their
shooting
spine
rat.
broke. There's no definition of size.
Normal rats can get pretty
Yeah,
big.
normal rats.
Normal
They can
are
get
about
really
this
big.
So,
yes.
so normal rat. Then we have a D&D rat, and then we have blight
Rat
rat.
shoes.
All right,
Shoes.
I'm viewing small chihuahua on steroids.
That's like a
It's
dog.
more like a half dire rat. With,
Yeah,
With the fire and energy of Tasmanian devil.
Yeah. You
Have
guys
you
just
ever
have to wait and
seen
find
a
out next
Tasmanian
Friday.
If the
devil?
Yeah, it's a New
Tasmanian
York
devil had
rat.
a bunch of
See,
kids.
it's a New York City
Just
rat.
See if
Yeah,
they
I
get
hear
bigger
those
or
things
not.
are
New York
ridiculous.
rats.
yeah, it's a New York City rat that went to Brovia and benched and got his gains on.
Like
Inside joke, and I love
Dog-
it.
It's like if New York rats went to Chernobyl.
Yeah,
Probably.
yeah. I just like the idea. You ever heard New York rats, bro? You ain't ever seen Brovian rats, bro. They live off the gains and the way mines, man. You catch those guys just lifting weights.
No, I don't get your reference,
Well, no,
bro.
I
Rats
know
of
Various
unusual
isn't here,
size.
but Patty did say she
Oh,
felt like
rats of
there was a lot of
unusual
negative
size.
energy, and the weave was very strange
It's a good
in
reference.
Rivergate. So
Yeah.
It's like a giant peep.
yeah.
That's good.
yeah,
See,
it's
yes,
great,
she
right?
said yes.
I love it personally.
Princess
You know,
Bride.
It'll be nice.
It's a good movie.
We didn't get to the combat again. I had planned. That's fine. You know,
It's okay. Next week.
it's
We
okay.
took care of the foglets,
Meander.
now the rats, then the blights.
I
You
got
guys a list of
rejected.
stuff, and nobody's trying to kill you while you're doing it. So that's a plus.
It's a plus.
I think the rats are trying to kill
Yeah,
them.
well, the rats are a different story.
Rats
right?
don't count.
Yeah, the rats
Rats don't count because
They're
they can't.
fucking rats.
Because if we add rats to the list of people that kill us, you just add everyone at that point.
Well, it's kind
Thousands
of
of
adding
rats.
Rodents, so
ants.
yeah, rodents
Ants
of
would kill us if they had
unusual size.
Yep.
Yeah.
So rodents of the underdark.
Okay.
You started
Either
a
way,
band while
I'm
you're
glad
dying.
that we're back to D&D now.
I miss D&D. I did. I love it.
I love Alex's fucking movie. Fucking.
Movie.
That was
Yeah,
great.
boys.
That was pretty great.
Just say on next week episode of Legendary Action,
Yeah.
but mean it.
But mean it.
Oh, dude, can you do the
On
teaser that they
next
do?
week's episode of Legendary Action, will the heroes survive the rats? What fate will become them? Find out.
Why is Solus so mopey?
Will Solus ever find the meaning of life?
No.
Will the light of Parator
I just
So
go like,
Thor-
what if these are zombie rats?
That's what I'm thinking. I mean, skins flying off, you know.
Will Lumi ever meet?
Yeah, there
and
could be
beat
some. There
her
could be some
door?
wicked saving throws coming your guys' direction, like Black Plague status.
That'd be neat.
Dude, that really sucks if you step on one and it just survives the saving throw.
No. Will Voss ever acknowledge his drinking problem?
Nope.
No, it's gonna just keep shoving that problem down to the bottom, below the surface.
It's
He's
the
trying to
problem-
drown it.
It's the heavy problem that weighs down all the other problems. I need it.
And will Theolin ever manage to publish anything?
After this adventure, probably.
Yeah, that was the most dramatic part of the whole episode. Was
Yeah.
watching him argue with the fucking
The first step,
son.
get
the
published.
publisher,
Second
Is a
step,
dog.
play for the gods.
and watching Lumia meander about.
Oh, yeah. Where the big girls are.
Will the
Yeah.
guards ever catch up to Lumi? Where did all the big girls go?
Well, it was a great episode. Welcome back, everybody. We're glad that you spent time with us. Thank you so much for the resubs. Thank you so much, Lonnie Laggy, Kima, all the regulars for dropping by and spending time with us. We love you. We appreciate you. So thank you, so much.
amazing.
You're amazing. And you continue to amaze us every time that you show up. Everybody should wish Rowan good luck at his Magic the Gathering tournament next
Good
week.
luck.
Oh,
He
God,
won't
you
be with us for this.
Yeah, conveniently.
Ooh.
Convenience.
You
Why do you
went
think
to
I went down to the docks?
Yeah, exactly.
You went to Oklahoma.
But
I'm
you're going-
going to Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
Going to Oklahoma.
But
Where the wind goes sweeping
Isn't that
over.
yeah,
where a
Beagle
college
says good
football
luck.
game is?
Malachi says good luck. You're getting all the good
There's a
looks.
lot of college football games throughout the country.
That was awesome to see you, Grey Paladin. I'll be back on Twitch here probably sometime this coming week. I took a break from everything, Grey Paladin. That even included watching people's streams, like
Yeah.
while we were on.
I
our
watched-
I was
vacation.
pretty shut down.
I was
Yeah,
We
lurking.
love Ziz and we
I was
want
lurking.
Ziz.
Yeah,
I was
so
watching you.
we didn't really spend. None of us really spent any time in the Discord or really doing anything. I got Modern Warfare and and I just
This might surprise
Shut
you,
down.
but I was just sick the whole time.
yeah, he was sick.
I was on my ass.
the,
Dramatically.
the voice, man.
And I haven't set up to raid a Jing Start.
Okay,
You're
But,
never going to be able to do that again.
Never again.
but yeah. So we're gonna send you over, hang out for a minute for the raid. We're gonna send you over to Gene Start. Especially talented, awesome, does some really great work. Once again, we ask that you give them about 5 minutes of your time, let them know that you're there, have some fun with the raid, and hang out, and just give them a chance to win you over, because we're all about exposing you guys to other awesome streamers and making those connections. So we really appreciate you hang out.
Yeah.
Give them about 5 minutes of your time, and then drop them a follow if you think it's worthwhile after 5 minutes or so, or just hang out the whole night. Either way,
And may your week be as legendary as ours.
as our night was.
Yeah.
As our night was. Get it right.
Yeah, you say it
I gave you
differently.
the script like a week ago.
You say it differently like every time, but it stands.
Yeah, but I get to do that though.
One
Yeah.
day, I'm going to be in the DM's
So-
chair one time, and I'll make the rules.
I like the
You
subtitle.
already
Deep
had your
Low
shot.
Growl.
next time.
Hey, Frag Out, thank you for dropping by. We really appreciate seeing you once again. Thank you so much.
And Malachi.
And Malachi. But good night, everybody. Stick around for the raid. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful night. You know, and we'll see you next Friday.
Bye.
Next Friday,
Have a good night.
Legendary Action. Join the heroes.